You have now entered the StormCast. Cruising speeds are set. The destination has been mapped. You are now on a journey with the greatest host, the StormCast. Action Jack, Nintendo Cisco, Geronimo, Trey Vito, Sandstorm McDowell. Hypervision goggles should be securely fastened to properly see the truth presented. Get ready, Stormtroops, for another Stormcast. Grab your snacks, grab your drink. Don't blink, or you'll miss the Stormcast. Here we go.
Oh man, we're live. I'm looking down. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Forget it. Forget it.
Oh,
Uh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're here for another Stormcast. What up, Geronimo? You're co-host today. So I got my co-host here, Geronimo. How you doing, man?
Man, great. Glad to be back. It feels like I haven't been here in almost a month, but that's
I
exactly
know
what happened.
it's weird, man. It's
Lots,
really weird.
oh yeah, but no, it's all good. It's just like riding a bike, man. You back at it. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
And then today, we're this is like a official, like verbal official, but like we got to put it on Twitter too. But we've got a sixth member joining us. Y'all didn't know. This is how much we actually converse, but they don't know that because we're behind the scenes. But we got Angry Vigilante as our sixth member of the Stormcast. What up? And how
Woo!
you?
Thank you guys for having me.
So you guys know how we do. Before we start off with anything, we got to pray in, and then I'll get to the nitty gritty stuff. Some what do they call that? Not housewarming. That's the wrong word. House cleaning. Some house cleaning stuff before we jump in. So, Father God, thank you for this time of coming back, Lord. You have held us and you have watched over us the entire time that we have gone. And you gave us plenty to talk about, plenty to discuss, things that were great and weren't great, but we all know everything works to our good. So we appreciate you. We love you. We honor you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 All right. So with that being said, some quick housewarming. How I said it still.
House cleaning.
House cleaning. Thank you.
Yeah.
Some quick house cleaning things. So the Stormcast got the opportunity to go out to Houston for DreamCon. It was an awesome, amazing time. We got to meet new folks there. We got to meet some celebrities. I've been telling my whole family, so people don't know about this on the channel particularly, but I ran into Yao Ming in the elevator. That was whole crazy. The man is like 7'6", but like that's like to see that in real life is crazy. He was giant. Like he was so tall in the elevator, he was hunched over. But anyway,
Are you talking about Yao Ming, the basketball player?
yeah,
He was
man,
actually at DreamCon. That's crazy.
yeah, he was, and he was there with his wife, who was also like 6'5". So, yeah,
Wow.
female and male, tall as all get out. Um, so we got to first things first. Three things. We got the opportunity to talk to a couple indie developers. So I did want to shout them out. This first one is by Dillian Studios. They're making a game called Yasuke. Hold that up there.
Oh, you met the Yasuke dudes. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. Yep. So if you haven't gotten an opportunity to play this demo, there's a demo out on on Steam. It's in alpha. After talking with the developers, they said that they're still trying to get this game out. They're looking for backers for the game. I got the opportunity to play it. If you like over-the-top action, this is definitely the game to get. I highly recommend getting the demo. And at some point in time, hopefully, we can actually get him back on the channel so we can ask more questions and get more insight on the game Yasuke. So there's another game that we had the opportunity of playing. This one was really funny, though. It's called Ninja Man. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. Ninja Man. It's like a 2D pixel game. It's about a black ninja. He wears a chain. That's his weapon. It's a giant chain. But you don't go around, beating up women and all the other stuff. Instead, you put the pimp slap on other evil ninjas. And then when you encounter women, you spread the love. You shoot like a love heart at them. And then, when they fall in love with you, you take them to the club. It's a very interesting game. I had a lot of fun playing that one as well. Very hilarious, especially the banter that they put in as a story. I think is absolutely amazing. Oh, what happened to our... It didn't show up. It went away. Okay, let's bring you guys back. There we go. Like I see the comments, but I don't see the comments. Yeah. Yep. It's a good game, Exodia. Um so anyway, the last piece that we had was some of the new stuff that we came home with. Uh so as you can see up there, we got Goku as a samurai. I had to get that. That was wholly necessary. Um, Solo leveling over here. I've gotten. Oh, now I'm invisible. I've gotten autographs from each of these guys, I believe. And then we got Storm over there. You know, Storm is beautiful. I would bring her out, but
Queen.
yeah, but she said nah. And she's got Black Panther's a tat of Black Panther on her hip. I think that's dope. Um, the one and only Mr. Sandman, Mr. Sandman.
Oh wow! From our Punch Out talk
yeah.
weeks ago. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
And then this one, gang, Cisco, gang,
Yo.
gang.
Oh, Umbreon.
Hey, one of the best.
Yeah, that's my favorite evolution. I've come to decide that's my favorite.
I'm probably gonna have to be off cam because I don't have a studio space, so I'm just like on my laptop.
Oh, you're good, man.
Oh, you're good. We hear you loud and clear.
This mic is not working, so you know we're just
We
jumping
got
in.
we got the technical difficulties all the way through.
Yeah, we're just trying to do the best we can with what we got.
I do work today as well, so I don't know. I gotta check to see what time I gotta head out, but
Okay.
it should be good for the full episode. But
Okay.
if I have to dip early, you know why.
All right. So, we've done the house cleaning. I said it right this time. We've done the house cleaning of what's going on. So, moderators, I need you to put this in the chat for our first, or you don't have to. I can do it myself. For the first topic, and that is a forecast. We're not doing icebreakers anymore. We're doing forecast now. What's one title from each console that is available on the NSO that you would like to add to the NSO? Now, if you got a story as to a reason why for one of those, let us know. Just don't give us a story for everyone. But question again is, what one title from each console on the NSO would you like to add to the NSO? Geronimo, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, do you just choose one of each?
Yep, one of each.
Okay, one of each. Okay. So yeah, I was actually jotting a list on this side here. NES, that one's kind of hard to choose. I think we got most of the things that most would think of on there now.
Yeah.
I guess some kind of obscure, maybe. Was that Silver Surfer game NES or was that Super Nintendo?
The Silver Surfer game. I want to say
it's not very good, but it'd be a funny game to add on there.
I'm trying to think. Was that NES? No, I think it might have been. I think it might have been Super. No, I think it was NES.
Okay, I'll if someone in the chat can confirm or not. But until then, it's going to be Silver Surfer. Super Nintendo Chrono Trigger, because it's not re-released anywhere else yet, and then that'd be a quick and easy way to get it on there. Ready to play on Nintendo 64, Diddy Kong Racing, one of my goats. Game Boy, I think Nintendo calls this X. That's that space shooter type game that I think Star Fox has some roots of Star. It's like a space shooter type of a game, if I remember right. There's a song from it in Smash Bros. I remember Sakura made a thing about it back in the day. Game Boy Advance, Sonic Advance.
Okay.
And I'll say Sonic Advance because well, one, Sega acts like them advanced games don't exist. And two, I always like to reference that what was it? The Wii U eShop. I want to say on the Japanese Wii U eShop, Sonic Advance was a game you could buy through there.
Okay.
So that there's precedent with that. I think in Japan it was published by like THQ or some weird like that. Then THQ, I should say. GameCube. I mean, there's still a lot of things we don't have from GameCube yet, honestly.
Yeah, it's a big list.
You know what I'm gonna say? Another thing that Sega acts like doesn't exist. I'm gonna say that Skies of Arcadia. I think it's called Legends, Skies of Arcadia Legends, or the GameCube version of the Dreamcast game. Same reason for Sonic Advance. They be acting like it doesn't exist. And then Sega Genesis, Sonic 3 Knuckles, because that's the best 2D Sonic game on the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. All right, let's read off a couple of these because it looks like you guys are starting to go crazy. Shout out to Jay Biggs. I'm assuming you're talking about for GameCube. He said Twin Snakes.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Also, too, shout out Jay Biggs. You get some free merch today.
Hey.
So our first winner for the free merch, Brand Smith. Good looking out. He threw up the topic for today for forecast. You get some free merch, G. You get some free merch. This is how we do. You get some free merch.
Rayman 3. Yep, that's a good look.
3.
I have that still somewhere.
Okay. Cisco, what you got, man?
Okay. For NES, did they ever add in the Wild Gunman game or
the Wild who?
Is that what it's called? Wild Gunman?
Wild Gunman. Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
The down B from
Duck Hunt Dog,
Duck
right?
Hunt guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I goes,
that's
Yeah.
And
oh man, yeah.
Super Nintendo, and I thought you have all of them for Super Nintendo.
I know because almost everything is on there.
Yeah,
At
they
this
didn't
point,
add
it's
in
like
the
it's
hide and
just
go
RPG.
seek Dragon Tales. I mean, they could add that if they wanted to. I guess.
Hey, there you go.
I played that as a kid. 64. Diddy Kong Racing? Is that?
Oh yeah, I'm like, man, what is he gonna say? Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Diddy
rare
Kong
games,
Racing.
mostly.
Yeah.
At this point.
Game Boy Classics. That's another one. I don't remember what they didn't or did add. Game Boy Advance though is the one where I'm like,
That's where you're
there's
at.
so many titles. There's a lot of shovelware on that one that was good. Like a lot of those like Disney, DreamWorks,
Yeah.
Power
Oh,
Rangers.
God,
Like all
yes.
those games were good. But for Game Boy Advance, I think I'll go with Mother 3 was considered the Game Boy, right? That was a Game Boy game.
Yeah.
That counts. It's not out.
Yeah. Because we don't have that. Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
out.
Sega Genesis, I have no clue with Sega Genesis. I don't know. And GameCube got a lot of good ones on there. But I've been kind of asking for Beautiful Joe for a minute. So that,
Yes.
Yeah. I feel that.
Beautiful Joe is a fun one. Never beat it. Would love to see this man return. And on the NSO would be so sick.
Okay. All right. Vigil, what you got?
Well, for the NES, I've only ever played 3 games, which was Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers 2, and Paperboy. I'm pretty certain Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers 2 is already on the NSO.
Yeah.
So I would have to say Paperboy.
Okay. I don't know if Paperboy's not on there, is it?
I just looked it up online and said it wasn't.
Okay.
No, it shouldn't be.
And then for Super Nintendo, they pretty much have everything. I probably agree with Geronimo on Chrono Trigger.
Well,
Yeah, for the N64, I would love probably Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
clean.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I need that.
Then GameCube, I would say Mario Sunshine or Super Smash Brothers Melee also.
Mm.
Then for the Game Boy game, like Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. I'm surprised Cisco didn't say we need all the Pokemon games.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that.
I think I was thinking more of like them being how they did with the Fire Red Leaf Green.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about like NSO for Pokemon. That's a good one too.
Okay.
I was seeing a lot of those Pokemon spin-offs. I was like, man, which ones haven't they uploaded? But
Have
Yeah, I
they
was
done
trying
any
to
of the
think.
pinballs or well, okay, yeah, because they've done
I don't
Pokemon
think they
trading
have.
card game.
Yeah, I don't think they've done any of the pinballs. That's a good look, Sandstorm, because I know they did the Ruby and Sapphire pinball one on Game Boy Advance. I remember that one. That's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah, those would be good. Okay, so for my list for NES, I'm gonna go Legendary Wings. I know most of y'all probably have no clue what game that is.
Nah, I'll look it up. Though.
It's the over the top 18. What is that airplane game?
1872 or something.
1870. Yeah, I can't remember that, but it's over the top shooter like that, rail shooter. Is it a rail
Okay.
shooter? Anyway, you're playing as an angel. That's all I remember. So we need more shooters like that on the NES. On the SNES, yeah, you're right. They basically cleaned through it. Besides Chrono Trigger, Desert Strike, maybe the helicopter game.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take whatever. Honestly.
Yeah, because I feel like that was a Sega game and Sega forgot about it. But for the Sega Genesis, I kind of wish they would get with Disney and put any of the Disney games out, Aladdin or
True.
Lion King, on there, especially since we're getting Kingdom Hearts. N64. Now this one, man, I went through and it was probably the hardest for me. So you could say like Duke Nukem on
Yeah,
there.
Duke Nukem 3D. Yeah.
Hybrid Heaven. You can say Goemon. Shout outs to Jack.
Oh yeah.
You can even say Quest 64. So there's a bunch on there, and then GameCube. But I had to pick one, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and say shout out to Jack. Goemon, Mystical Ninja. And then for the GameCube, I would like to see. I'd like to see Lost Kingdom. And if we're not going to get the Lost Kingdom from Software games, because those are the two best from Software games, if we're not going to get Lost Kingdom, then give me Rogue Squadron and Rogue Leader together with the N64 and the GameCube. Like
Yeah,
show
those have
both
to be
at the same time.
coming. Like, I'll be shocked if they don't get the Factor 5 Star Wars games on there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It shouldn't have anything to do with the licensing now, but
Hope not.
who knows? Game Boy. I think it would be nice from the Game Boy games to get. Dang, we just got Wario, and that was gonna be my one. The Super Mario Land 3 Wario is out on Game Boy. If you haven't played that game, I still think it's the best Wario game. Outside of like the WarioWare and all that. Man. I'm going to say RC Cars because I think that was always a banger. I don't think it's on NSO.
That's Game Boy?
Yeah, I want to say so. They had a Game Boy one too.
Okay, I just had to think about it. I was like,
And then Game Boy Advanced. Man, anything other than Pokemon, I feel like the answer is wrong. Like Pokemon, especially during the Game Boy Advance times, was like peak Pokemon.
Gen 3.
Yeah. So those are our lists. It looks like you guys had a couple more come in through here. Let's
Is it right
see.
if I say one
Check.
more?
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
I just completely thought of it. For N64, I would love the greatest wrestling game of all time, which is No Mercy.
Oh, I feel that.
Oh, No Mercy. I never played No Mercy growing up. I played
Oh,
a friend of mine used to have it WCW NWO Revenge. That was
Yeah.
that was when I played.
I don't
But I always
think
heard great things about No Mercy though.
For the most
No
part, you
Mercy.
can't go wrong with a wrestling game on the N64.
Yeah.
Same thing with the PlayStation. PlayStation had SmackDown, and then N64 had No Mercy.
No Mercy, yeah.
Yeah. There's still a
Uh,
good amount, yeah.
Shout outs to Tabby. She said SNES, TMNT, Turtles in Time. I feel that. And then she said N64 conquers Bad Fur Day.
That's one of my pie in the sky ones. I just want to see the internet's reactions to how that game plays out. And
Yeah.
Rare was in let's say
They were
Rare
in
was
a
in rare
movie.
form back
Yeah,
then.
they were in a movie.
That game was like a time capsule, low key.
J Big said True Crimes, Fight for New York. I'd take either one of them, to be honest with you.
Def Jam, Fly for New York.
Paperboy, okay. He was just reassuring. Oh, Tabby asks, is Lost Kingdom the one with the cards? Yes, it is the one with the cards. It was the one that did the ripoff of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right. Like it worked. I don't know why they didn't keep it that formula. Squared, shout outs to Squared. What up, Squared? He said, if not N64 GameCube, got Gauntlet or Gauntlet Dark Legacy on yeah, that would be perfect.
Mhm.
I don't think we would play much of anything else, to be honest with you. That game is a whole lifestyle.
Do they have GoldenEye on the NSO?
Yep,
Yeah, they made a big deal
GoldenEye.
about it.
and Perfect Dark.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the 18 up mature N64 and a
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the little separate one. Yeah.
Brand Smith said, Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction on GameCube NSO. Retro, what up, Retro? Said, Phantasy Star Online needs to show up on. I agree. It can be even the Sega version. I feel like one of those Phantasy Star Online games needs to show up. Let's look at one more here. Well, let's look at two because you said something else. I had all of them. NWO versus WCW Revenge was my favorite.
Wasn't there only two? There was two,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And J Biggs also said Mrs. Pac-Man for Genesis.
Mrs.
What up,
Pac-Man.
Dark Boy?
Okay.
Yeah. Or I guess Miss Pac-Man because she wasn't married then. With that being said, guys, go ahead and throw out more of your ideas for each of them. They are still coming in. We will still shut them out. Dark Void was just saying hello, but he's listening. But he also said Time Splitters.
we just need Time Splitters to be re-released somewhere after the failed remakes or whatever.
How
Right.
about Superman 64?
Let's get everything else first, and then we go into the.
Hey, come on. Quest 64 was already added to that one. If we're going to sit here and say Quest 64,
I didn't say Quest 64.
I know.
We still got some rare games to go.
I tried to joke with Sandstorm about that one. I even showed you out in one of my videos saying that that Nintendo needs to remake so many Nintendo games, but leave Quest 64 in the past. Leave it so it can't damage anybody.
That's probably the only way I'd actually check out Quest 64 if it hopped on this.
For super free, right? When you ain't got nothing to do in life, it's like,
when you're bored of everything else, you're like, well, I do have Quest 64.
I finally caught up on my backlog. There's nothing else to do in life. I am 100% up to date. Bills paid, everything. Let's try Quest 64.
Luckily, my backlog is so massive, I don't think I'll ever have to go to that one.
Yeah, mine is pretty sizable too. I'd be chipping away over time, but
Little by little.
I'm trying to get through the Fire Emblem Warriors right now.
Oh wow, yeah. See, there you go. Yep.
Okay, So, with that being said, we're gonna move into our next topic. And guess what, Geronimo? I gave you an additional 12 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
I hadn't used up all my time yet. So, with that being said, Geronimo, take us through it.
All right. So, in our brief hiatus, not hiatus, in our brief just not being here, Sony dropped a pretty massive okay, I'm gonna stop messing around. We know what happened. Sony announced that they announced earlier this month that physical disc production will be ending in January 2028 for new games released on PlayStation consoles. They gave some spiel basically saying, hey, you know, we would just want to focus on being digital only because the natural direction, yada yada yada. Translation, we want to make more money from y'all. So pretty much every release that's confirmed for this year and throughout next year will, you know, have the possibility of getting a physical release on PlayStation 5. So yeah, now that's caused a big tizzy online. It still does. Most PlayStation, you know, like social media posts, videos, they all have people saying, you know, bring back the discs, no buy, whatever that means for PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's pretty major. Let's start off. Since you toss it over to me, I'm gonna toss it back. Samsung, what do you think of that so far? You know, at least what all has transpired since then, since that news came out.
You know, to be honest with you, the whole moving over to digital, I think we saw that coming eventually. I personally didn't think that it was going to be here that soon. 2 years is crazy, and I guess that starting in the 10th generation, I was hoping that it would probably be the 11th generation that we started to see this shift. So yeah, this makes Sony infamous. Shout outs to its own game. I think it's crazy that that they did it in the way that they did it, because like all in a business sense, if you were going to give somebody bad news, this was like the best way to do it, because now they have bad news and then they got bad news on top of that and then bad news on top of that, right? So we kind of laughed at GTA only being digital, which made more sense now that Sony is moving to all digital in 2028. So then the next step that we're believing is going to be accurate is that the PlayStation 6 isn't going to have a disc at all. So that'll be easier for those who have a PlayStation 5 who pre-ordered the Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be easy for them to just move it over. They won't have to worry about, oh, my disc doesn't work on this, or does. I personally, especially coming from Sony, I personally see it as a cop-out, a bad one at that, because Sony owns their own devices. And as a matter of fact, they own Blu-ray, right? They have a
huge... they produce them. They are the creator, and they pretty much have developed all, like the vast majority. Actually, I would say they've developed all of this media, starting with like CD, the first CD, and all the dual layer CDs and dual layer, triple layer DVDs, Blu-rays. Yeah,
so it's not like it was really costing them to come out of pocket. If anything, the numbers were minuscule because paying for a disc anyway is not that expensive. And giving those discs, even if they wanted to give them at, you know, a slight loss or whatever, it still wasn't going to cost them a whole lot. I don't believe in the whole, a lot of us are moving digitally on the PlayStation 5. I still think there's a lot of sales being made on the physical side. Maybe not to the number that they want, but I definitely think that there's still a market for that. And you can tell by how much of the backlash that's been showing up on Twitter. So, man, it's crazy because Xbox is just going to do the same thing. So that leads us back to Nintendo being the last to the party in a good way. I see, yeah, we still got game key cards, and I know that's a thing. I know people are gonna go over crazy about that, but we have some form of media that, okay, at the end of the day, like none of us own the media, right? Like we don't actually own the media. Most of those games, especially physical, like they're not even on the disc. You know what I mean? But something that helps alleviate that is you can take that same game and you can return that whenever to your discretion. For now, you can return that and get some sort of real currency back. At this point in time, Sony really doesn't have like a answer to that question. Like, hey, if I'm playing this game too long and I don't like it, what are we gonna do about that? And that's kind of like my biggest worry / question for them is what are they gonna do when that time comes around?
Yeah, like yeah, definitely agree with your points there as well. Like I'll say for me, really quick personally regarding this, I always expected the PlayStation 6, their Generation 10 consoles to be the digital only console.
Yeah.
And the reason why I kind of suspected this was actually, and it kind of touches on what Serton Squared said in the chat earlier. Ever since they announced the PS5, what up, Jack? Ever since they announced the PS5 in 2020, and they announced a separate SKU that was only digital for $100 less, that told me, okay, this is kind of like a canon event with new console releases. This is going to be a way to see how many people are actually going to jump for that one just so they can upfront save $100 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and with that, digital for their business, I think first party PlayStation is probably the best physical sales. I'm not sure about third parties much anymore over there outside of like like the indie releases from like limited run super rare games, so on and so forth. But yeah, over there it's been very much like mostly digital. I mean, I have friends personally that have been just all digital just for the convenience factor, and I understand that's fine. But the fact of removing an option, straight up, is just of a media that you've been developing, producing for years and years and years, pretty much the entirety of pretty much since disc gaming began, for the most part.
It also changes up the conversation of like what is a console now, because that used to be something that you would always put in physical media, and sometimes that moved into now you can put in physical or digital media or have digital media. But now that a physical media isn't there and we're seeing prices, what does that look like for the PlayStation 6? Is it a console PC hybrid? Do we just give a new definition to what consoles are today? Or like, how do we look at that? How do we define that too?
But then also like, this is kind of a separate topic, but it kind of goes with it and adds more context to it. But like the PlayStation can delete your account due to an activity as well. So it's like now you got this
that's
whole
crazy.
Issue of, now you got this whole issue with like digital only, and then your library can be deleted if, I don't know, you go to jail or you decide you want to do something else in life and you unplug the console for a few years. Like, it's done. You get drafted. It's over. It's over.
Very realistic ways that can happen for sure. Yeah. Well, shoot. Actually, this will be a good alley-oop to you, Cisco. Like, I know you kind of touched on this instance, but what are your thoughts overall since PlayStation has announced no more discs in 2028?
Yeah, I mean, I've always done like the digital and half digital, half physical. They have the pros and cons, but definitely the double whammy of like, oh, no physical and you get your stuff deleted through inactivity. It's like, oh gosh, like I don't like that future, and I don't know why. It's hilarious to me because a lot of the stuff is stuff I was calling out during the PS4 days, and my friends were always clowning on me, talking about, oh no, Sony's the best, and now we're in this spot, and I'm like, see what's going on? And
Yeah.
Would you believe if I said that they're still like, nah, this makes sense. This makes sense. I'm like, oh gosh, man, y'all just sheep to the slaughter. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. Like, and you put it best where it's like, hey, man, people want to do digital only. That's fine. Like, that's their choice and all that. But like, don't take away my option for physical. I'm buying the physical. Like, I'm
Right.
putting my money where my
Exactly.
mouth is, you know. And
Yeah.
so, like, and here's the thing. Like, when it comes to all digital with PlayStation, like, I don't know. I think that's, for me personally, like, with all this going on, unless there's a change, I think I'm just gonna slow down and like kind of just stop, doing PlayStation. I think with the PS6, like, that's where I'm not gonna move on. Reason being is just like the online is just so expensive, man. Like $80 for the essential.
That's
Yeah.
A year or 10 for a month. It's like, it's so dang expensive, and like a lot of the games that require online like are either free or like, I don't know, like PC has that covered, you know. So it's like, I know when I say like, oh, I'll move more towards PC, people are like, oh, but like that's all digital. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, but at least the online is free. So at least like when it comes to
You
like,
can, yeah.
at least when it comes to like the Steam library, there's not, at least as far as I don't know, because I am kind of ignorant when it comes to Steam so far, because I'm a little more, that's what I play the least, but I don't think there's policies of like, we're gonna delete your stuff
Yeah,
for an activity or.
that's another thing
It
too.
varies on it varies on the publishing and who's releasing, because there are certain Steam games that are technically like, if you're familiar with like GOG, where it's like DRM free. Like once you download the game, you can load it wherever you want. You can burn it if you want. You can burn it to a disk. There's someone else, they can extract the files from it or what have you, and boom, they got the game running on their PC, so on and so forth. So I would say a good portion of releases on Steam, they could be yoinked if Valve so wanted to for your account, but you don't really. That's not something I would say you'd have to kind of like fearmonger or worry too much, unless you yourself are doing some weird activity on your account, or if some bad actor comes and takes over your account, then yeah.
I would say too, even just a quick piggyback off of Cisco. What does that look like if it's an all digital world now, and they are trying to get you with the subscription? Because one of the biggest things, and I still think it's dumb that it's over a paywall, is that they don't give you iCloud. You know where I've been. They don't give you cloud. They don't give you cloud services unless you're a member.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That's true. Yeah, they lock it behind the pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish none of them did that. Nintendo as well. I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah. So like, not only if you are gone and inactive on your account, and they delete your account, but all your saves are deleted too, because So then it comes back to this question, and I'm my bad, Geronimo, but just food for thought.
You're good.
Y'all remember I was having the trouble with Steam, right? And still I can't get back on Steam. So what happens when that same problem arises with Sony, where you've actually bought something and this is your device now? Like, it's not like you can pose it as a family device, or certain person just got on my system just for a little bit to play a game. What happens when it's your system and all your stuff gets deleted, and you paid to buy these games and they're not available to you? Then what does that look like for a consumer?
Well, I think Sony's kind of shown you with how often they get hacked. They don't have the infrastructure to rectify that issue, right? I think that kind of goes into the same bag that we had with Stadia for a minute. Like, they were very hush hush as into what happens if Stadia goes down. Like, do you get your money back? Do you have an ability to do something with these games? Like, what happens? And they were very hush hush about it until they went away. And I believe a lot of those licenses got transferred, and you had the ability to transfer them. But that was Google. Sony's not going to be in that same camp. And I know a lot of people like to hate to get into the what ifs, But these are the questions that you have to ask before you go into purchase, right? Like moving forward, if this is an all digital situation, you need to look at this the same way if you're going to go purchase a car or a house. Like this is an investment at this point, and they're telling you up front, we are the only marketplace minus the key codes that they're going to sell in box at the retail stores. So if you don't want to buy it from the retail stores with the key in the box, you have to buy it from us. On top of that, we don't have a problem with dynamic pricing. Matter of fact, we told you we were going to do it, but it just depends on who you are on what we're going to charge you, which I think has got to be one of the most scummiest things on this planet. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. What happens if someone finds a way to hack my account? How do I go about getting that back? And that adds into, refund policies, making sure that my payment structure is safe, making sure that anything with your infrastructure is safe. There are so many questions that come with that. Yeah. So I think you pose a great one, but it's like a triage of other things that they need to answer if this is the route you're going to go. And I think that should have been the response. I don't care about people fussing and cussing at Sony about, oh, we're going to boycott. It's more of, if you're going to stand 10 toes down on digital future, follow up with, okay, this is also what it's going to look like. This is how you're going to do refund policies. This is how we're going to also do X, Y, and Z. And they haven't. Yeah. And honestly, with Sony, I mean, we've seen it in the past. They'll wait for somebody else to screw up so they can just sweep it up under the rug. It's just, I don't think they're going to answer the question until the time comes. And I don't know what that looks like moving forward. I really don't.
Yeah. I would even say, even agreeing with you, Jack, I think the reason why they said this news is so when the PS6 does come around, they like, look, y'all already knew. You knew what was up. Like, don't be surprised. Don't be talking about where's the disc version. We didn't already say it.
I can see it now. No disc. Like that old Mega Mind meme where he's like looking up. No disc. Oh man, that's gonna be rough when they realize no disc.
Yeah. I mean, and then factor in too, I mean, outside of them making this announcement, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think most of these games are using anything out of the single or dual layer Blu-rays. So the next step is the triple layer, which is 100 gigs. And then you have the quadruple layer, which is 128 gigs, which I can only imagine that's going to be a substantial cost for Sony to not only print, but then also for you as the consumer, because you're going to eat that cost. So I don't know.
Oh, go ahead. Jay.
No, go ahead. I'm just saying.
Okay. I just another quick note, and then I'll pass over to Vigil and his thoughts. It's interesting because, to what you said, like the quad layer being 128 gigs for a Blu-ray disc. If Sony if they really cared about folks still buying physical, starting in that year 2028, they could do the Nintendo thing where, yes, you can still have your disc for everyone else to just make you install 200, 150 gigs, whatever, Call of Duty's GTA 6 or whatever, things like that. And then you can just use your disc for your games, unless Sony themselves are saying like, oh yeah, our first party is definitely going to be way more than 128 gigs in the future. I got a feeling. Or something. Which is, that's pretty wild because it already takes so long for most of their studios to release games. And I mean, half of them, they had them on the crazy, games as service initiative, which 95% of them have been a failure. Or if they did release, everyone clowned it and they digital future yanked it up Concord, right? So it's just like, and that game was just fine. It wasn't like some affront to like first person shooters. It just was okay. Anyway, I digress on that part. It's interesting. They're not even trying to do the Nintendo route where they're gonna have their own first party still on true physical media. Pokopia is a different thing. I'm sure some maybe in the chat think of it, that was handled by the Pokemon Company as they publish in Japan, straight up, and then elsewhere. Visual. Yeah, what are your thoughts on PS5, PS6, digital only, no discs?
Oh, I'm not happy. When I first saw it, it was like a punch in the gut. I couldn't even believe it at first. I thought it was a joke, and then when I realized that it was actually true, I'm like, no, because I've always been a Sony guy, a Sony Nintendo guy for the longest time. And if they, I'm hoping that there's enough pushback to where they'll change course. you know, and because this isn't the first time that Sony tried to do an all digital thing. They tried doing the PSP with the PSP Go, and that thing flopped.
Yeah.
They went right back to physical right after that. So I'm hoping the same thing happens, but with the gamers nowadays, I don't know if I have enough hope for that one.
That's where I kind of am like, I would love for the pushback to work and for them to be like, okay, here's what we'll do, like actually put out an update. But for me, like, you know, just a lot, especially the wider mainstream that might not be on Twitter or social media, just or in YouTube comments, they just get their 1, 2, maybe 3 games digitally. You know, whatever DLCs, cosmetics, the V-Bucks or whatever the 2K currency is for all their stuff, the sports games. And they just go about their life and then multiply that times like dozens of millions of people. So to
your point, I'm glad you brought that up. The majority of the purchases on PlayStation tend to be the ball and gun games, right?
Yes.
From a person that has lived in that realm to buy, you know, every 2K every year after I kind of stopped that for a while, there is absolutely no point in buying it physical, because you say, okay, well, I want physical in order to be able to resell or to do X, Y, and Z. Because we know there's a game coming out annually, the value of those games are little to nothing. Like the chances of you going to go turn that into a GameStop or whatever, you're getting maybe on a good day $5.
Right.
Like, you're not getting a lot.
The game came out yesterday.
Right. Like they don't give a lot of value back because there is a guarantee that game is coming out the following year. So there is no question that the value of it depreciates because there's a limit on it. Not to mention, after I think roughly, I say almost a year or two, probably longer, they end up shutting the servers down for each of those games. Like they don't hold up because they move them along to the next game.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so like
I guess that kind of makes sense, quote unquote.
It makes sense after a while. So yeah, I mean, those servers get shut down. The game in itself comes out annually. Not to mention you have your microtransactions. None of your progress carries over, including your VC. So you're buying from scratch again. So it's like that one is almost like if that is the main purchases on our console, I'm pretty sure that's why the digital numbers were so freaking high. So it's like then what's the point of the physical then?
Well, it was also the reason why the digital were so high. They were counting digital only games.
True.
It wasn't like that whole thing that they were trying to use was severely disingenuous.
That's why I would like to see the first party numbers. Like I would like for them to buy that up.
I know people have talked about it where they brought it up that with the Sony's first party, the physicals outweigh the digital.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You know what I think I'm gonna do. This is a side. It's not even super. Because you know they publish this on July 1st, which is like the start of quarter 3 and all that yada business stuff. Whenever they post their quarter 2 stuff, or whatever, I'm gonna see if I can like intentionally look at their sales for first party and see if I can find some data on that. Because I am curious. Because I mean, I really do feel like they just, you know, they had their number crunchers look at some spreadsheets and was like, yeah, I think we can do this. And then they'll be like, but boss, they're gonna be very mad at y'all. And it's like, true. And I think here we are, like weeks later.
I know I'll continue to buy physical, but if they do all digital, I just won't go. I won't go. I'll stick with Nintendo, and if they don't get all the third-party games, then I might go to Xbox if they have a disc drive still, but only time's going to tell on that one.
Yeah, I think Xbox is kind of leaning over to the PC.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling.
At least on the Xbox side, which is it's actually a great mention too, because I think that's a part of the reason why they made this decision. Because there's no obviously I know people say Nintendo, PlayStation, they're competition, but not really because they kind of target different specs for the games or whatever. But like their direct competition, Xbox has been floundering for years, and they keep flip flopping on the plan. It's like, this is all first party now. Are you sure about that? And when this Gears of War comes out and that it sells wood, are you gonna act like that was a great business decision? You're gonna keep going forward.
Xbox is the Philadelphia 76ers. Just trust the process.
I don't even think that Xbox the process is. They'll change in a month or two.
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever they say a plan, I'm like, all right, I'll see you next month. It's crazy. So yeah, I think it's just that too. They don't have true competition to kind of keep them in check. It's a mess all around. But
I don't think this is really I think the reason why PlayStation is doing this is just they just don't want to give retail that 30% cut. I think they just want
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, just that's
Yeah,
true.
but then that makes you like ask the question. Then is like why?
Yeah.
Because it's
Agreed.
on
Agreed.
one
They
side.
want that money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because on one side, right, it's not like you shouldn't be, I should say. You shouldn't be hurting for the money.
No.
And it's not like this was something that your what are those people called? Your stock
The
Investors?
stockholders,
Investors.
Stockholders. Yeah,
this is something like investors aren't asking about, hey, when y'all gonna go digital? They don't ask about those kind of things. Like all they ask about is how you gonna make my money go up.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So it wasn't necessarily from them. So like the only thing I can really think of at this point is like, hey, our discs must really not be selling at all at this point in time. And like the only thing we have it manufactured for is our PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like
because if you think about the movies, I don't know. I mean, I'm one of very few that I know that still pick up physical movies because streaming kind of killed that too.
yeah. And they
I
don't
get
they
movies
don't-
from time to time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I got Blade
they don't
4K.
sell a lot of it. They don't sell a lot of physical media.
Because Best Buy wiped. Well, at least I know mine here. They wiped it out completely.
Same.
Yeah, they were the last store I'll still go to Best Buy for like certain day one games I want to walk and pick up the morning of, so I can just have it for later instead of waiting for Amazon or whoever to deliver later or whatever. But yeah, I used to go in there and just get random movies when I would see them. Shoot, even back in the day when like Walmart would have that big old bin of like the bargain stuff.
Yep. Mhm.
Man.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
Yeah. FYE, I think, still kind of does.
Yeah, they're big. If I want to go do vinyl,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do have records. That's
yeah.
right.
But shoot,
What's FYE?
FYE is a dime a dozen.
It's a store in the mall.
Oh,
There used to be, FYE stands for 4-year entertainment. There
Yep.
used to be some around, Metro Atlanta area and then southeast Georgia, but man, they don't
Yeah.
exist here no more, unfortunately.
Yeah, because ours left and then kind of did like a major comeback because that was kind of like the
Okay.
boom of vinyl, and they made
Mhm.
it come back with vinyl. Plus, they were doing a lot of the anime stuff, so they were competing with
sense.
Box Lunch and all those other pop culture stores.
Yeah.
To kind of like, hey, not only can you get vinyl CDs, you can also get DVDs, Blu-rays, and then a bunch of anime stuff in here. So
Yeah.
it works
I
out.
mean, that's smart. Anime is man popular now, so
It, it really is, especially
Smart,
when
huh?
you talk about they charge less for stuff than Box Lunch does. Now, don't get me wrong, Box Lunch stuff is quality.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
They are right for what they charge it for. But at the same time, if I can go somewhere else and get that same quality for a cheap price,
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's just being a smart. That's being a savvy consumer at that
Yeah,
point.
there you go.
So I got a small question for y'all regarding this. So if Sony goes, well, they're gonna go all digital, but if
Yeah.
they decide to go all digital, what does that look like from a storefront perspective? Like how do you sell PlayStations at this point?
Oh, the same way you're doing it now. I'm telling you, it's
They
not going to change.
They can do the
I-
Nintendo
I don't
thing
think
too.
they'll change. I think they'll just have the code in the boxes. And
Yeah. That's
Well,
it. The code and
That or
boxes
the little like the way.
cardboard, like
Yes,
how
yes,
Costco does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
That little
smaller.
cardboard
fine.
that's flimsy and that sticks up. And
Well,
you're like,
I'm talking about a much smaller one. I'm not talking about having.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about those
See
little-
that.
they're in that part of the aisle. They're like, because Nintendo does themselves. They have like the smaller cards, and you can
Mhm.
buy them, and you go home, just you scratch off.
There
the
you go.
code and
Yeah.
go.
If you go to GameStop, that's how like majority of the Switch 2 games look like. They'll have boxes there, but majority of them are just the digital cards. That's it. Like you buy the digital card from them, go enter the code when you get home, and you got the game.
They closed the 2 closest GameStops near me top of this year, so I haven't stepped foot in a GameStop in a minute. So yeah.
I go to pawn shops.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want-
it will.
Yeah.
That's what-
I
Yeah.
do that more.
They're
I have a
getting a
couple
little crazy
mom and pop
sometimes
shops
too.
I go to. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's going to change. I don't think it really differs solely because, which I didn't know, there's a lot of people that buy their games from Amazon. I've bought maybe like one game from Amazon that was solely because it was on sale. But outside of that, I've never purchased a game from Amazon because everyone I've talked to is always either a week or 2 weeks late. So I was like, what's the point? I'm going to go to the store and pick it up. But yeah, I don't think it's going to change the scene at all, especially when that crowd already knows what it is. They'll just have a small sliver of a section like Nintendo does. Like, honestly, if Nintendo didn't have Switch content still, their section would be a lot smaller too.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, that's true. 'Cause we don't have a handheld.
Yeah, at this point is we look at all the retail stores. They all have a different priority at this point. Like even GameStop. GameStop is now Funko Pop. Like that's their priority. Funko Pop and anime. So once they've kind of pivoted from video games for the most part. Walmart never really cared. Anyone that knows retail or business, put it in the back of the store. You have to walk through everything to get there. You're probably going to feel like you need something, so you're going to pick up something from the store that we profit from anyway to get that video game.
Right.
So that's how most stores are. Like they put the video games in the back in hopes that you pick something else up. But it's not going to take that much of a hit. Now I'm curious as to what kind of split they get digital though.
I'm assuming if it's like a code in the box or if it's like a digital code, I'm assuming it would be the same.
I hope it's the same. Yeah.
If it's the same, then it makes no sense.
But Sandstorm, I want to save pennies per Blu-ray that my company produces worldwide.
Well, Sandstorm, I think what it is also is that I don't think they're going to immediately cut out the retail directly because they kind of need them. But I think eventually they're going to start pushing for that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like in waves over time.
I was just saying, shout out to Shadow King. He was asking about, or no, he was saying something about the, matter of fact, I'll bring it up. Because I halfway understood him. He was saying he wouldn't even or Sony won't let anyone else produce the disc if they don't want to make them. Then fine, but let indies and third parties everything. I'm like, yeah, just get an estate sale going. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we liquidating on these discs. We got our single, we got our double, triple layer disc.
Mm-hmm.
What you trying to pay for it? You know what I'm saying? I see that necklace on your neck. What you trying to pay for this? You won't.
Or they could just do multiple discs. You look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's 2 discs.
Yeah,
I think the people that were crying about that, I think they might change their mind a little bit.
I don't mind multiple discs.
Yeah,
I remember the good old PS1 time.
Oh yeah,
multiple
Legend of Dragoon.
3 or 4 discs.
Yeah, 4 discs.
Yeah, 3 or 4
Yeah,
discs.
4 discs.
4 discs. Come on, man.
Some GameCube games had.
Hey, you don't remember the good old days, man?
Man, they don't remember visual. They don't remember a time where you got to the end of the first disc and it said, "Please insert second disc," and you were like,
literally, yeah.
Game, like, yes.
And then you pray to hope that the second disc worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had that happen with Final Fantasy VII 9. I sat there and beat the first 2 discs, got to the third one, and it wouldn't work.
Oh man,
I'm so angry.
You're like, I beat the first. It was almost like beating the whole game every time you beat a disc. You were like, okay, now time for the second part. Here we go.
It made sense though, because like there was no digital anything back then.
Correct.
Outside of like niche stuff like Sega Channel sort of.
Yeah.
On whatever other things. Nintendo had like Satellaview stuff. But yeah, they designed the game superbly into the point where they knew you'd have to switch the disc out and continue on. They designed it like that.
Yeah.
Hardware and software in mind. But yeah, now it's just like 2 discs.
Nowadays, if they do multiple discs, you'll just install them. It'll be like the PC back when they did Doom, when he had all those floppy discs you had to keep installing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the Rockstar Special. It's not going to be the Rockstar Special anymore. Yeah, because they just said, here's a piece of paper with some numbers on it.
Yeah.
Which is, that's e-waste, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's any final thoughts on this topic? I got nothing else off the top of my head right now.
Honestly, for me, I'm curious to see how many people buy in. right? Because I mean, we saw Xbox One try it with the whole DRM thing. A lot of us really feel like PS4 would have been the same thing had Xbox not have caught the backlash it caught. But I am interested too, and I'm saying, Storm, I think you and I are on the same page. I genuinely think that PS6 is just a Switch, and because they don't want to do UMDs,
I've been wondering that too.
Proprietary. I think that is why. Like right now, it's looking like it's digital only, right? But what if in reality they don't want to do UMDs and they don't want to do cartridges? They just want to say, hey, here's an SSD. Possibly you can upgrade it yourself. Possibly just use SD cards and not Express and play these games.
Yeah.
And I think who else? I think OJ had an extra point, which I think was very genius too, to where he said that there may also still be a set-top box, but that will be the Pro. Because there has been rumors of the handhelds supposedly popping up before the main console. And I remember at the time when they said that rumor, I was like, well, that's kind of stupid. Like, why would you do that?
Right.
But if you think about it from this standpoint, if this is the main console and the set-top box is the Pro, if you will, then that would make sense. Similar to how Phil Spencer said that technically the Series S is the main console and the X is the Pro of that console. They just decided to release it at the same time. But I don't know where we go from there with that. But if it is the hybrid nature, I don't want to see all the flip flopping. I just want to see
it. It's gonna be very interesting.
It's because they've been testing the low power efficiency stuff for a while. Like we've seen people go through and data mine the low energy piece of it. The thing is,
it's built in the PS5 UI now. Like it's an option embedded in the menus, but it's
now there. What I'm curious about is, if you do that, is the system already equipped to do that with the game? Similar to how with each Switch game and Switch 2 game, it has to have two profiles. It has to have a handheld profile and a dock profile. So that's why, like when you see the new option we have on the Switch 2 now, to where you can have like the little boost mode for the Switch 1 games, like essentially it's just moving it over to the dock mode. That's why when you look at it, it's like, oh, where's your Pro controller? Or it's looking at everything like it's a Pro controller opposed to it being handheld. So I'm curious if PS5 games can do the same thing, or is this thing just efficient enough to run PS5 games digitally to where it doesn't need it? And if you did want to use your disc, it's kind of like keep the PS5 if you want to use this, because we're moving digital because of this hybrid console.
Ja, you are at 30 minutes, but we're gonna give you a 5-minute over.
Okay. Well, hey, I don't have much. Okay. One last thing I'll say to that, what Jack said about the two platform. Yeah, 2 SKUs. Thank you. Yeah. I was wondering that too, because there's been leaked specs supposedly from the past, I want to say year and a half, and that's where they're throwing around specs for a handheld, specs for a home console, flops and all that good stuff. And I did wonder if, especially with the current global conditions and everything, are they just going to opt to only go launch with one SKU, or are they going to do both SKUs and then just people figure it out from there, and they just kind of go from there? I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, these are all rumors or what ifs and all that, but it's definitely interesting to think about and to talk about overall. So we'll just have to see as Sony continues on. Will they continue just being like la GTA 6 comes out in November, buy Wolverine in in 2 months, or will they give a response and just, I don't know. But that's pretty. I guess that's all we have at this moment. I guess we'll definitely talk about it if they do decide to wake up and give an updated response on how they'll handle it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cisco, you got our next topic. What's our next topic, man?
Possibly a new Metroid coming. We got a leak where I guess from the Brazilian website, where I guess essentially the story is that Nintendo gave out a small little dev kit, or a little demo or something for Brazil, so they can rate it. and that got leaked in like a big document. So it's called Metroid Ravenous, which is a awesome name. And it's looking like that's going to be Metroid 6, right? Metroid.
I would hope so.
Oh, he's my Metroid, not Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Metroid 6. So the sequel to Dread, which we know with Metroid Dread, it ends. I mean, I won't do any crazy spoilers, but like, it does end on a note, like ending the Metroid story, but still leaving it open for a new like story, a new chapter in the Metroid franchise. So it's gonna be pretty exciting, and we've all been wondering how they're gonna top Dread and where they're gonna go with the story with Dread. Which I mean, like Metroid's story, it has a lot of lore, but like stories don't go that crazy. So like, it's not like, oh, how are they gonna be able to like continue the story? Like they can.
Right.
The story is kind of simple as it is, but
Yeah.
it's exciting. Like I really love Dread. I think the way it ended was also amazing. Like I feel like Dread was just one of those games, like from start to finish, everything was just amazing. I rarely have any complaints about that, besides maybe some parts could be really difficult, but that game was awesome. And definitely now that we have Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime 4 and we see the difference, especially with how they were received and everything, I think we can kind of have high hopes for a new 2D Metroid game. Yeah, I'm getting a day one too, J Biggs. The game looks awesome. Or it doesn't look awesome, but it sounds like it's going to be awesome. Just off that title alone and what we can base off of Dread.
Yeah, the fact that how it ends, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but even just how it ends, like Ravenous, kind of where she ended and the whole thing is like, dang, is this woman going Wolverine now? You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I mean, she should. I mean, yeah. Oh man,
OJ said the leak was fake. I mean, I wouldn't think it's fake, if considering everybody's talking about it.
No. They're talking about the Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
that
like I don't think it. Like I'm usually very skeptical of any leaks, but that one seemed just too.
The Watch Dogs one is fake. Yes.
Okay.
That one is fake for a number of reasons. The Metroid Ravenous one. Number one is Ubisoft. Number two is Ubisoft. But yeah, the Metroid Ravenous. Yeah, that's real. That's legit. Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm excited, and I there's no idea of release dates, but I feel like judging off of that leak, it's coming pretty soon. I don't know. I don't think this year, but I've seen some people mention that it could possibly be this year if it was like a holiday release. I mean, Nintendo has released multiple first-party games in the same month before. I believe Kirby Air Riders. What was the one that released alongside it? It was Kirby Air Riders and another game.
Hyrule Warriors wasn't too far behind.
Oh, Hyrule Warriors, maybe.
Yeah. That's why I remember last year I was like, "Dad, I want both, but money," and I just I'll get Hyrule Warriors still later.
Age of Imprisonment, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my favorite Switch 2 game.
That one's great.
Yeah,
it's so underlooked, dude. That game is awesome.
So then, question. So we know it's a 2D. It's a 2D Metroid.
We don't know for sure, but
we don't know
just
for sure.
based off the title,
That's
not
I think it's a 2D Metroid. Yeah, because the title of Ravenous, or because one of the characters in Metroid Dread was Ravenbeak, aka one of Nintendo's best villains.
Best villains,
like top tier.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going with that until Nintendo says no. Actually,
right.
I do. with Metroid, we have the 2D games and we have the Prime games. I do feel like Metroid needs to go in a new direction. Like they need a new series. Like I feel like Prime can kind of step down. I mean, I would like Prime 5 because Prime 4 left off on such a like ending, but Prime 5 would be really sick. Like I would like them to at least finish that story, like Prime 5 and 6 or something. But I feel like the Primes have been proving themselves over and over that people aren't that interested in them.
No.
And as much as I appreciate Nintendo for continuing the Primes, I do feel like maybe it's time to start a new like Metroid series. Maybe if they want to go more the route of less Metroidvania and more like they want to go a Halo route or something, I feel like they can start a new series, which would be really cool. Especially they want to go during this. They want to go through this like Federation Force so bad, and they want to keep implementing this Federation. And it's like, just like let's just make some kind of Mass Effect or Halo type of game with the Federation characters.
Yeah,
let's just do that
on the 3DS.
You know, to be honest with you, now that you're talking about it, and even for a 3D Metroid, I actually think if they fully rebooted it, I agree with you. I do think they should take a new route, but I do definitely think it wouldn't hurt to touch some old elements. Pause. And what I mean by that is like, if they want to like add a puzzle here and there, you know what I mean? Not like, don't make every room a puzzle to figure out, but like a puzzle here and there that you have to figure out in order to advance in another section, that's fine. But it mostly be, and it doesn't have to be a hallway shooter either, but you know what I mean? Like make it I don't want to say this.
Say it.
Go ahead.
Say it. Speak your truth.
Make it more cinematic, like it's more like Sony like.
I knew that's where you were going.
Hot take, that is not always bad. You just have to have a good balance with the gameplay aspects.
And you know, and I think one of the good pieces for a gameplay is to make it a first person shooter, but you have a button to be able to dodge, you know, like you can dodge in the game now, but it turned into more of a 3D, like you go outside her body and see it from a 3D perspective of her dodging. So whether that's like, you know, a side roll, a back roll, you know, front flip, however, but you see that in more of a, because I think the complexity of the game would be its interesting point. You know what I mean? Like, instead of it being the same shooter that you're always seeing or the same over the top shooter you're always seeing, it merges kind of each of those by giving you like these quick one-offs, like, dang, I just flipped over that claw. You know what I mean? Like, that was tight. And then you went back in the first person and, you know, started shooting again. But yeah, I do think it does need a different direction.
So would you prefer it to have that over the shoulder style?
No.
Okay.
I prefer that it either be first person or be a side scroller, because side scroller, I mean, Metroid stood the test of time as a side scroller, but I also think first person is necessary, because the one thing that Metroid still does good today is catching you by surprise, especially when it comes with enemies and stuff like that you don't often get from first person shooters. And I'm not even talking about like Resident Evil type that, you know, it's a scary game, so like you're expecting scary stuff to happen. But like Metroid, you just be walking and she'd be like, you be like, oh snaps, what did I get hit by? What did I get hit by? You know, like
that's a little bug on the floor.
Yeah, like you didn't hear.
I can't walk in magma.
Yeah, you didn't hear the enemy pull up on you from behind, and then you get hit and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? Those are the type of experiences that you only get from a first person shooter. If you were playing a third person shooter, you'd be able to see where the shot came from. Like, oh, there it is. You know, I think it does well as a first person, but I think how they handle the first person, like, really is going to make the difference.
Okay.
What about you, Cisco? I know it was your piece. What do you think?
Well, like, what I prefer out of Metroid? Like, I like Prime 4, and if they can just improve Prime 4, like, they can continue the Primes, but it's hard to be a big Metroid fan and ignore, like, the loud majority of people saying they do not like the Prime games. So it's like a lot of, I follow so many Nintendo, you know, other YouTubers and other Nintendo fans, and it's like it's loud and clear. People do not like Prime. Like, even the people that were like, even amongst my friends that were giving the 2D games a shot, like, they are not giving Prime a shot. Like, it's just not, you know. And hey, if it's a niche series and only a few of us like it, that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, right now I have 4 Prime games, 5 with Hunters. Give me a couple more to finish off the story they started, and then, you know, we can kind of move on, maybe revisit Prime at a later time. But, you know, they keep trying. They keep trying with Prime, and it's not working out. It's not selling the numbers it should. They keep putting all the resources into it, and it's just not bringing people in.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where even like I'm saying that as a fan of Prime. Like, I've been calling it out since day one, since Prime was starting to become on the Switch, where I was like, people don't know. Everyone's hyping up Metroid Prime Remastered. People don't know like how this game rolls and how these games work. And lo and behold, as soon as that game, like people were playing it, I just heard nothing but complaints. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Cisco. Because I say it every time we talk about Prime Remastered on the show. It's like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, we're gonna see how many people love Prime.
Yeah, no, it was
and
all
I'm not
talk.
even talking. Yeah,
Talk.
it's always talk. It's like it's a similar thing happened with Xenoblade Chronicles X, and people don't really talk about it. I know on the Winging It podcast, I know Jay talks about it from time to time there too. When X came out after, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, they did the definitive edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3, that, the Cross Trilogy, as I like to call it, is finished. And then the X got its own thing, and I was like, okay, we'll see how all these newer these other Xenoblade fans will feel about this one. It doesn't have the same direction. It's more so the side content. It's not so much as the main stories and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, it probably sold okay, but at the same time, yeah, I remember seeing some folks go, "Oh, I don't know if I don't know if I like how this you make your own character, this and the other, and it's like okay."
Whatever.
So Cisco, I'm curious, like, because I honestly don't care about the randos that either A, don't try it, or either B, don't want to give critical feedback. But for the people that why is it that they don't care for Prime?
I think so when you play a 2D Metroid game, I feel like it makes sense. Like, it's a platform, there's not really many places to go, you kind of just shoot a wall. But I feel like it really doesn't translate as easy if you aren't already an established fan with Prime. Mm-hmm. Like I when I watch my friends stream it or watch random people stream it, it usually is because like they're like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. Like this is confusing, and like they don't know what to do, and like especially with Metroid Prime Remaster, like the controls are clunky. In Prime 4 they're great, but they're definitely clunky in the first game, or like the first trilogy. But like they got fixed up really well with motion controls. But if you're just playing with controller, it could be considered a little clunky, a little confusing. Mm-hmm. But like I don't know. I mean, maybe I can get Geronimo's thoughts on this too. But when I played Prime 4, it really felt like, in a way, like because it was a Metroid game, that's what was holding the game back. Like I felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be. Like it wanted to be a Metroid game, but it also wanted to be like this full-on shooter Halo style game. Okay. And it's like I felt like it was so like stuck in between. Like it wants to be one or the other, and that's why I feel like now we need the split. Like we need like a true Metroid Prime, but then also like the off the rails shooter, go crazy, ballistic, Doom style game, whatever they want to go for. I feel like that's why we need kind of like a new series. Because the Prime is just not hooking people, and
yeah, it's you definitely have a great point on like the I can actually attest to that initial confusion of Metroid Prime. Like when I was younger, coming off of like playing Smash Bros. Well, really Smash Bros. Is Smash Bros. Melee, and that was my real introduction to Samus. Like I knew of Metroid, but I never like played any of the games. Right. So I rented Metroid Prime from Blockbuster back in the day for like during the weekend, during the holiday or whatever. And it took me so long to figure out how to progress, and the farthest I got was just to get to Magmore Caverns. Like it took me a while to wrap my head around how the 3D kind of map was, like remembering, that main area of Town 4 where her ship is, and figuring out which way to go, this and the other. I would always go towards the sunken. The sunken ship area of the frigate, basically, being like, what am I to do here? I'm Samus.
I was in that same boat. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy, and I think Retro acknowledged this because let's say I don't know, because I think I played that. Yeah, like, I'm gonna say 2 years later in 2004, because I read the magazines. It was like, oh man, a Prime 2. Oh, there's a Dark Samus. This and the other. It's a preteen. I was like, Dark Edgy is cool. And so I was like, let me rent this one because I can just play games anytime throughout the years. It's only specific times I could. So I had to pick and choose what I wanted to play or rent. and I rented Prime 2, and I got, not only did I get much farther in the time I had it, I greatly enjoyed the more linear, guided, focused way of getting you out into the open part of the temple grounds and everything. You
Mhm.
see the background of like, oh, Federation was here, they got smoked by the Ing, Dark Salmon smoking everybody she come in contact with, and I was like, okay, I really dig this. So I think because they just kind of sped you through, like, okay, you're here, you landed, it's any other, go through this introductory area and figure it out there. I think that worked out better. And in Prime 3, that part, the first, I want to say hour, it definitely felt like they're like, yo, we want to get the Halo fans in now. And then as soon as everything happens and she gets the suit, boom, it's back to Metroid Prime style. You're like, oh crap, where do I go? Oh, I have to fly the planets now on the Wii? Where do I go now? Stuff like that. So for me in Prime 4, even with this rocky development, we all know, I'm not gonna, Cisco's made a video about it, I made a video about it, you can, watch ours for our full thoughts. I'm not gonna retread all that, but long story short, that game was very linear for a conscious reason. Like the areas,
Right.
very, very linear for a conscious reason. So more people can engage with the world that Retro be trying to, or anyone making a Prime game is trying to create. And yes, they're very, they're not as expansive as I would love and everything. They do have some secret nook and crannies. They found ways to make things feel like you were discovering things in those areas, but they were linear, more guided, less layered. I think for a reason. I think it's part of a lot of folks that do try to Prime games, they bounce off because of that. The open-endedness doesn't really mesh as well in the 3D space, maybe. So I do believe Prime 5 is going to be a thing. I believe Retro is probably hiring for it right now.
Yeah.
They
might as well. They have the assets and everything already made.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not starting from that Bandai Namco studio working on the original version. I don't think we really 100% know everything that came from that version for Prime 4. But yeah, I believe Prime 5 starting out on a clean slate will at least be better than 4, but also to touch back on that story too. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I always was curious as to why. But then one of the key, points that you brought up, Cisco, I honestly have never seen a successful Castlevania in 3D either, and they tend to just stick to 2D.
Yeah,
and I think it's that style. It's that Metroidvania style. Because I can look at stuff like what's the not Hades, but the other one, Silk Song. I don't think that's going to survive in 3D either. So I think it's just the Metroidvania style of it, really, because that's a genre I have a tough time swallowing. Pause. Because it's a lot of backtracking.
Yeah.
And if you talk about, hey, we're going to make a 3D world where you can traverse these big areas and you got to backtrack, I'm cool. I'm good. I don't care how cool it looks.
One thing about 4 that was kind of bad was all the backtracking.
Yeah.
Across that open desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the method of backtracking. They didn't even give you ways to, when you had to do the cleanup, like in the other Primes, you'd have a quicker method of going from zone to zone. They just said, yep, gotta get on that bike and go through the desert, bro.
It's
like, oh, man. I see what they were going for, but, man, just swinging the miss.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Rare when they had the same problem of converting Donkey Kong into Donkey Kong. Yeah. Yep. And it's not like you're necessarily doing a collectathon, but the fact that you had to go back, and do or go to the same areas over and over again, I think that's the part that really hurts a lot of people. So it's like if Metroidvanias are based on that, then how do you turn? And I think it kind of circles back to what you were saying, Cisco, is like Prime may just have to be its own identity. It's only similar by name and character, and that's it. Outside of that, it has to be fundamentally different.
Yeah.
That'd be cool for a big shakeup for Prime 5, gameplay wise and everything. They just gotta really think about it and execute.
Honestly, I just think they should do Prime 5 as a first-person or third-person action adventure. They should.
Me too.
Do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that will go over better. Yeah.
I'm a third-person guy.
it might even go better that way. And
Yeah.
like the even.
I mean,
conveying the story,
other M didn't just come out of nowhere. I mean, they definitely had with Sakamoto. They definitely had ideas for
Right.
a non.
Is that the most hated one?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Not so much
I had
because
never
it's
played
3D, but because of other aspects of it.
I think for someone that's played it, I think the controls is kind of what's a big bugger with that game. But
For
yeah,
me,
It is
that was
weird,
a tough
yeah.
one. It was the controls was one thing, but the other was, for me at least, I've seen a lot of complaints for this one, was they really tried adding in the Federation characters, but then they were treating Samus like an outsider, or like she was beneath
Yeah.
them, and people hated that because obviously she's like this badass bounty hunter that saves the galaxy. So it's like, why are you treating our badass queen like that? Like, So it's like, you know, they're calling her princess and stuff, or like there's like weird moments with Adam, like they're trying to push it like her father figure, but then like it just got weird because she'll be like in danger, and like here's the thing, she has all her powers. In that game, she doesn't lose powers. She just shuts down her powers for quote unquote the safety of the crew. But like she's burning in lava, and she's like, Adam, please. He's like, no, I haven't authorized it. It's like, what am I playing right now? Like,
I couldn't. The authors, that's it for me. It's the progression and the mischaracterization the same. I didn't like that. The controls, I was like, I don't like having to use, like they specifically made it to use the Wii remote sideways. I would have liked it way better if it was like nunchuck and Wii remote.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, you gotta aim and do this puzzle. Now let's aim the Wii remote towards the screen. I'm like, come on, dog. We just had Prime 3.
I just had this mug sideways.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Younger me, that just annoyed me.
Oh, trust me,
Yeah.
it annoys me still now because I have
Yeah.
it on my Wii U. Yeah, it is still annoying.
Yeah.
But
I had it on Wii and I got rid of that copy.
I will say, kind of like what Vigilante was saying, right? I put Metroid and Star Fox in the same category. They all have already presented a game that I think has a better design and a better outset for it, and it got shut down in the time. Because I think Star Fox got ate up because it's so different from the rail shooters with Assault and Adventure. But then at the same time, GameCube wasn't getting a lot of love at the time anyway. But then you also look at Metroid. The M didn't get a lot of love for what you guys mentioned, which I think with proper controls, proper story, you can still have that same camera style, same fast movement, her out here, Stone Cold stunning people, doing whatever she's doing, drop kicking. Like,
that'll be amazing.
That works. It's just it's almost like, well, honestly, for both of those games, they were sourced out to be made, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yep.
So,
Team Ninja did Other M. Yep.
And so now it's like, okay, revisit. Team Ninja needs help right now, so let them revisit.
Team Ninja needed Platinum Games help to make Ninja Gaiden.
Platinum Games can do it too.
I was like, yo, yeah. I mean, they just have to go back to the drawing board with 3D Metroid for sure.
Yeah. But I was like,
I don't want the Prime storyline to just go away.
No. Like you said, have a split. I mean, Mario constantly does it now. Like, you have your 2D, you have your 3D. It is what it is. 2D is still beloved. We're hearing rumors of Donkey Kong. The next one's going to be 2D again. You have to keep that around because that is the bread and butter. Like 3D, you can explore with, but you don't ever leave the bread and butter. No, and I think that's where Star Fox can do the same thing. Hey, you got your on-rail situation, cool, where you just worried about your high scores and you have your online and you're trying to complete your challenges. But then on this other side, let's get into these action adventure type games where we're exploring worlds and we're out here doing combat and we have a story to it outside of just the Lilac system that we're always talking about. And the same thing with Metroid. Keep the first person games, but at the same time, let's get into these fast-paced Team Ninja or Platinum Studio type games that can really get people in here and enticed into the Metroid franchise. Yeah. Because I think Splatoon's about to get ready to do that right now. Like, there's some people that do not care for Splatoon multiplayer. They do not care about it. Yeah, but Raiders is probably about to set it off on a whole different spectrum for those people that do not like the multiplayer aspect of Splatoon.
I may or may not have a video in the works about Raiders and how I think that game is going to grow the franchise.
Yes, it will.
It's going to grow a lot. I've seen the chat already.
Yeah.
Single player. Yes.
Single player. Yeah.
Single player is underrated in Splatoon. Single player, like, yeah, but anyway, I'm not gonna harp on that. I could go on about
I'm a
Splatoon all
single
day
player
and night.
driven person, so that's why I'm excited for this.
Mhm.
If it would have been
yeah.
like Splatoon 4, I might have picked it up eventually, but I've never been a big multiplayer person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one will be awesome for sure.
this one I'm gonna live vicariously through y'all, and then if you say it's a great game, you need to pick it up, then I'll pick it up. Not that I think that it's not going to be a good game. It's just the lineup of games that are about to come after Splatoon is ridiculous.
I don't even want to get started on that, but
Marvel
Yeah.
Tokyo
I'm gonna just try and play my current games like I
haven't even
through
started
August.
Without You Life. Oh man.
I gotta get further
No.
in rhythm heaven. I mean, that's rhythm heaven, but I gotta get further in rhythm heaven as well. I'm trying not to just because you can run through that in the whole day if you just want to sit there and go through.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Very fun, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at first I wrote off, but seeing how well Rhythm Heaven is selling, I actually might pick it up.
Oh, I
yeah.
love.
It's a
Rhythm
fun-
Heaven.
it's-
It doesn't really
if
look
you-
like my type of game, but I'm
Multiplayer is really fun too.
I
it's like-
feel so bad for you,
multiplayer.
Cisco, watching some of your videos. Like you get all the way to the end and then drop the ball. Like, oh man, that's really amazing.
I was getting a lot of attention off those. I was having such a good time.
Rhythm heaven is fun. If you like rhythm games and like the quirky Nintendo type stuff, then you'll enjoy it.
I've only ever played Thumper. You know, and
I love Thumper.
I love Thumper too. Now I'm not an
Yeah.
achievement person, but I will always take pride that I'm in the top 7% of Steam players that completed that game. Only
That's
7% of people have completed that game, and I will always
Wow.
take pride in that.
I can
Wow.
believe it. Yeah, those doors that they hit you, the laser doors. Yeah, that filters
Yeah.
people out. That
Yeah.
filters people out.
And
Anyway,
I was live streaming. I had my chat tell me, "You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it." I'm like, "Oh no!" I pushed through. I beat that game in 12 hours.
that's awesome. I think it took me like maybe 15, 20. That
Yeah, it
last
took
one
me a
was
while.
being my behind. I have
Oh,
some
it
really old videos on my channel, just like crusty 720p resolution videos, me just going through the ringer. But I loved it though. That game was amazing. But yeah, what was I
All
gonna say? Oh no, that's pretty much it. I'm done. Yeah.
All right, Cisco, you got roughly 2 minutes. You got any final words?
I mean, I think we've said most things. Metroid. I mean, I love the series. I also want the series to grow, and I want more people to be involved. My personal opinion, like, I think the fandom sucks really bad. Like, barely anybody's a fan of Metroid, and the ones who are, like, a lot of them are jerks. And very like hard-headed about everything Metroid, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like I think similar to Star Fox. It's like I want to see those series grow, and it's like if they kind of have to like I don't know go a different direction, like I'm all for it. I'm happy with the games I have. They kind of went a different direction with Pikmin 4, and I'm a big fan of Pikmin, and it worked. Like it seems like Pikmin's really growing now, and it's being really healthy, and it's like cool. I want to see that with Metroid as well. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna have to eat my words later. If it ends up being like a terrible thing, it's like, no, I wish this was neat still. But yeah, I mean, I want to see the franchise grow, and it's like Metroid's such a great series, and I wish more people got into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what that like. Unfortunately, it's left to Nintendo to figure that one out. But
Yeah.
I
It
still
really
believe
is.
that Metroid could really like really pop off. We just need to like just that right time and right game, and I think Metroid could really blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for this potential sequel. I got leaked.
Okay.
The name. That's the only thing I know about is just the name.
Well, we are on
Sounds
our
cool.
we're on our final conversation. Vigil, this is your topic. So we've got the gaming generation.
Yep. So with all the doom and gloom going on, I just think that we should look back on what our favorite gaming generation was. Mine personally was the PS2. It gave us Final Fantasy X, one of the best JRPG games of all time. I still think Legend of Dragoon holds that title. I have yet to play a JRPG that surpasses it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it also gave us some of the greatest top-down dungeon crawler games like Champions of Norav, Champions Return to Arms, even though the sequel wasn't as good, but that's okay. It was still good. We also have both Baldur's Gate games. I just absolutely love the PS2, from the Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted.
Man,
There were just so many good games on the PS2 and on the on the Xbox and GameCube as well for that whole generation.
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely loved like I'm one of the few who actually love Super Mario Sunshine. I never knew there was
I'm right
so
there
much
with you.
for that
Yeah,
game.
I'm right there with you.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I can never say I hate Sunshine. I like all the 3D Marios. That's probably like my least liked one, and it's not even.
Really?
It just has certain quirks about it.
See, I absolutely loved it. I preferred it over Galaxy.
I can see. No, honestly, yeah, I kind of think about that because I
like
do like the Galaxy games, but I do prefer the more like Mario 64, Sunshine, and wow, my brain. Odyssey. Yeah.
Like 3D Odyssey's the best. I'll give that one. Odyssey's the best.
That's my favorite.
But I do love Sunshine, so that
Sunshine
I love more than 64.
I think Sunshine was pretty dope when it first came out because we came off of Luigi's Mansion, and so it was like, oh, you know, Mario's gonna get his game now, and you're like, oh, so it's gotta kind of be like 64 where we just get more, you know, paintings or something like that,
right?
And then they start you off, and you're like, holy crap, this is a whole world.
I absolutely loved it. I thought the story was great.
Yeah, I love the tropical, you know, direction they went. You know, all the islands, you know, different place. It was really cool. You know, it was really cool. It was cool going through those floodless levels.
Yeah,
and everything. The funny acapella, do that stuff.
It kind of reminded me of like what a proper sequel for a next generation system would be. You know, like not like, you know, 64 lines up with Sunshine in any way, but it was kind of like, oh yeah, he worked so hard to save Zelda or Peach all those times. He was putting in that work to save Peach, and now they going on a vacation. And lo and behold, they got more problems.
Like one reason why I loved it so much was just that the story was different. Like most of the 3D Marios, it's always the same. Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser. So I'm a story guy. I love a good story.
Yeah.
You know, but he also had Super Smash Bros. Melee was good. And I don't know enough people if they've ever played this game, but I remember I played Spy Hunter on the GameCube, and I thought that game was great.
I remember seeing it in the stores. I never played it though.
Oh, it's a great game. Like you play as a spy, super cool car, and you never leave the car. It was awesome. You know, and then for Xbox, I still love the. I know it's not that great of a game, but I love it, which was Monster Hunter Reckoning. That was
oh yeah, I forgot that was.
Oh wait, I don't think it was Monster Hunter. I think it was just called something. Hunter the Reckoning. There you go.
Hunter
the Reckoning. Okay.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. So, actually, Jack, which was your favorite generation?
I'm right there with you. 6th gen. Like I sing that from the rooftop because to me it was the year that we got so many different types of games. You know, and especially for me because I was just really big into sports. We were like spoiled when it came to sports. As far as simulation basketball live was still big at that time. When we talk about arcade, you had the NBA Street Series. You definitely had the NFL Street Series. Madden was still good at that time. The SSX series took off in that era. GTA was big in that era. We got Beautiful Joe, Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi Mansion, which now is still a franchise that's around and it continues to grow and get better and is a bigger game. At the time, Smash, I was getting introduced to that. Granted, I knew it was out on 64 because you couldn't help but see the commercials 10 times over. So because you're seeing them all fighting in these big flower field. But I didn't get into it until the GameCube. So we got heavy into Melee at that time. That was the introduction going into the Guitar Hero series, which we played religiously going into the PS3 era. Which was the 7th gen. Xbox, I will still die on this hill, even though Madden was great and NBA Live was great. Microsoft was onto something with NFL Fever and NBA Inside Drive. They were onto something with those games. Not to mention, even with the NFL 2K series, that was picking up a lot of steam. 2K5 is still considered one of the beloved series, if not the best football game still. Outside of some people that will say All Pro Football 2K8 is the better one. It just doesn't have a full-fledged franchise mode because it's just all legends. But ultimately, if you had an Xbox, that's where things changed drastically, because if you played NFL 2K5 on Xbox, not only did you have Chris Berman doing the halftime show, but you had like actual video playing instead of screenshots, which was on PlayStation 2. But then also PS2.
Xbox had that advantage,
Yeah, the Jack and Dax series, the Ratchet and Clank series, Sly Cooper series, like those were where it all started right there. So I can go on and on, like especially on the GameCube side. What's up?
Oh, sorry. I think WarioWare also started that generation.
WarioWare was a game started off that generation.
That's right.
Shoot, I think this is also too with wrestling. Goodness gracious, man! Like we thought nothing would top
Here
No
Comes
Mercy,
the Pain,
but then Here Comes the Pain shows up, and you can't. And even though most people slept on it, the WrestleMania series on GameCube were huge. I didn't care for the Raw series that was on Xbox, but as a kid going into GameStop and seeing the Raw series and graphically what that looked like, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is nuts. Because with our GameStop, what they used to advertise as well were the screens that would attach to the consoles. So you would see the little flip up screens for like the GameCube and the Xbox, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like I can't believe we got something like that. And the introduction of the Wavebird, which, as we know, is now where we are. Like, imagine having non-wireless controllers at this point. Now, granted, we've had wireless controllers before, but I think they were like RF type controllers with like a lot of heavy on the battery and everything else. But now we have, so it's been a lot. Max Payne, Dead to Rights. Like, there were so many franchises that are not here now that we had at that time, and it was just fun. And you never had enough time to play all of them. Like Vigilante said, the Need for Speed series, Midnight Club series, Midnight Club Dub Edition took off.
Dub Edition,
yeah. Oh, buddy. Oh,
the Tony Hawk series took off.
Dogs real big.
Like, I was thinking that's right. I saw a meme about it the other day. I was like, man, we're all
American Wasteland.
This is
Underground 2 also.
Yes, man. And I love all of that. The Warrior series, the Rockstar was killing it.
Yeah, that's when they would make multiple games.
That movie, The Warriors?
Yeah, The Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's it. That was a good game.
Oh man, I'm telling you, like we had it made, and to me, because I couldn't afford anything because I was in school, I didn't get a chance to experience it until now. And even then, it's still kind of bittersweet, solely because of just kind of how far we've come graphically, and some of the modern style controls with the cameras and everything differ a bit. But for some games, they're just iconic. And still, I feel like I'm the only person that ever says this, but one of my favorite Final Fantasies released on PS2, and that's Final Fantasy X. And I love
today's the 25th anniversary.
Yeah. And Square, thank you for finding a way to mess that up on Switch too. But anyway, it's like
it's called wait for it to hit $10.
Just
like the other Switch one.
I knew it was coming because Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remaster went on a deep sale. And then out of nowhere, it was like, oh, here's the Switch 2 version with no upgrades, no transfers of saves, just rebuy it. I was like, what's the difference? Oh, it's not much of a difference. All right, then I'm leaving it alone. Then I don't care. But anywho,
that's
and then topic. To wrap it all up, we had disc.
Boom! Boom!
We had disc. Now I will say, I do not miss memory cards, but
I do not. That's why even when I reminisce about my GameCube games, one, I don't have most of the GameCube games, and two, I don't have the original memory card, unfortunately.
But I will say one that always gets omitted from this conversation: Dreamcast. I love.
I never played.
You have to give it the flowers. It's short lived. I was gonna wait till my.
It came out a little early, and I think that's why it always kind of gets tied in with the PS1 and the original. Well, yeah, the PS1 and the 64. But it's aligned with that 6th generation, and
I say it starts the 6th generation.
It starts it. Like that whole arcade run for them between Ready to Rumble, Crazy Taxi. I think Hydro Thunder. Like we had so many hits.
Marvel's Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like
I played it.
I didn't get a chance to jump into Dreamcast until like down the line because I didn't know at the time they were shutting everything down.
Yeah.
But found it at a pawn shop. Had some birthday money. Bought it at a pawn shop and got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Power Stone 2. Didn't realize what I had at the time, to be honest with you.
We just got Power Stone back in like the past year or two.
And the crazy part about it, that maybe like 2 weeks after I purchased it, a guy walks up to me at school and asked me if I had a Dreamcast. I was like, yeah. He was like, hey, I think at the time I had NBA 2K1. He was like, for NBA 2K1, I'll give you 3 games. I was like, what kind of deal is that? That's when I got introduced to these burnt copies. Yeah. And so I had 18-wheeler, NBA 2K2, and Spider-Man. And I was like, these actually work. And then we moved to Georgia, found out about flea markets, and there's a guy sitting there with a 20-inch boob tube TV with a list of games he has burnt with all of them in a CD folder. And was charging $1 for each one. Man, I was like, wow. But shouts out the Sonic Adventure series along with the Chow game on the VMU. Yeah, that
first
generation
controller with a screen in it.
Yeah, that generation is unmatched, man. It's unmatched.
Yeah, and someone said in the chat, I forgot about this one, but I absolutely love Def Jam Vendetta.
Def Jam 5
Now the third one, Icon. I don't know about you guys. I did not like Icon.
No, it's trash.
I played the demo and I was like, nah, this ain't it. And I deleted immediately from my Xbox 360.
I played the first level of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, the sauce is gone. The fight weren't as good.
For New York was awesome. I still love Snoop Dogg as the
what was he? The villain.
Crow. Yeah, give me that David Banner.
He plays amazing villains.
Yeah.
I still remember that one movie where he was like a vampire. I think it was called Bones.
Yeah.
That does sound really familiar. Yeah.
Wasn't a good movie. Okay,
No,
the movie was good. Was okay for what it was, but the acting was not good.
Man, yeah, Deborah, rest in peace, Midway.
See,
Midway, Mad Cats.
NFL Blitz was my jam. NFL Blitz, dude.
NFL Blitz the league. You just didn't want to play it on PS2 though. Those loading times were ridiculous.
Oh yeah, true. For sure. That's why I always loved it on Dreamcast. Blitz was best on Dreamcast.
It was. Yeah, Blitz. Yeah, Dreamcast was like half. Here's the Sega games you've wanted that, arcade or not, and then here's like a bunch of 5th gen games that just are the best versions, like Rayman 2. I just went Tony Hawk. I think 1 and 2 were on there. I know 1 because I played 1, but I don't remember if 2 was on Dreamcast. Ray Turnbull Boxing Round 2, like those are the best versions of.
Oh man.
So what about you, Cisco? You haven't talked that much.
Well, I agree with everything you guys said. That generation is unbeatable. Like.
Yeah,
I grew up with like playing a lot of GameCube and PS2, and like it's just you have the that was also like I played the Spider-Man on PS2, but also the what was it, the was it Marvel Alliance?
Ultimate Alliance.
Oh man,
it's just.
I love what started it all, the X-Men Legends games.
Yeah.
I need to get those.
It's just like all the good games that you can go, man, remember that game? It's all from that generation.
It really was.
But like oh man, but I love so many. Like I also love the Game Boy era. The Wii era was also a lot of fun, but it's just like I feel like halfway through the Wii era it was like it got kind of rough. Yeah. I would say, I mean, like, I really like the generation, including Switch. Like and the reason is like it's like the Smash Brothers of all the other generations, and it's like you play Smash and you're like, oh, what? Pokemon's in this? Wait, Zelda's in this too? Wait, what? And it's like that's how I felt with Switch. It's like it brought like all my favorites, like Metroid Prime Remaster, bam, a new Metroid 2D, bam. The NSOs cover all the other previous ones, and it's like Pikmin 1 and 2 HD, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and it's like Pikmin 4. What? Like, it's just, they brought back
Yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah.
Mega Man Legacy collection, like this generation.
All the Mega Man collections.
Yeah, all the Mega Man Legacy collections, man. Like
Sneak Mega Man
oh
Legends,
my god. But Battle Network specifically is my favorite, and so like having that back is really exciting. The Mario Galaxies are on Switch. Like a lot of the, or even like the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Like
Yeah.
come back. It's like
They
a lot
listened. They made the remake we all asked for. Crazy.
a lot of those games that like we loved and wanted back, like they made the return on Switch or had a new installment. So like that's
Which
why I
is
really,
a smart
really
idea, and they should continue doing that.
Yeah, and I think
Shut
with
up.
Switch 2, they got to continue that. So that's my take. Like I think Switch era has been like one of my favorites, and then Switch era. Wait, no, is it Switch? That's the generation with PS5 as well.
Yeah,
right?
Switch
Yeah.
this and
It's nice.
PS4, I was gonna say I love the PS4 era so much, but
That was
PS4
Wii U era.
That's-
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah, that was
era.
8th gen. Yeah, PS4 era was pretty solid. Even though I was like there, what was it? There in 2014, and I sold that PS4 in 2015 because I need money, and I got PS4 again in 2017. And there, yeah, it was funny trajectory for me, but yeah. So I was Wii U only for like 2-3 years.
Oh, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Splatoon was really fun for me, and I got 2,000 hours. If it was that Smash, Mario Kart 8,
I played it a lot.
Lego
but-
City Undercover. That was
Lego
the
City
same.
Undercover,
That's-
yeah.
I heard that one's good.
That's how I got into Shantae. That's how I got into Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
There's some others I'm blanking on.
Best version of Zombie U.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much best version of Zombie U.
It's good. It's good. You can only play that version though. It doesn't. It. You will not be playing the best version if you play any other one other than the Wii U version.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta's, of course. Bayonetta 2, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was then, yeah. Hyrule Warriors was born Wii U, yeah. So
Okay. You want me to go next?
Oh yeah. You can go, Sandstorm.
Okay. So interestingly enough, I tie like every generation to like something. So like the NES generation for me was like the generation of like just learning how to play video games. I would also say that was probably like the golden era for a lot of the younger people. You know, Nintendo saved the gaming industry. So you know, golden era had all your arcade games and stuff like that. The 8th generation is like the generation of. So there really are fanboys out there. The 7th generation, I want to say, was probably, to me, like one of the best because it was like, that was the moment of like, oh, there are other gamers out here. There's a lot of other gamers out here. There's a whole community and there's like whole events that go around this gaming thing. And they do it every year, and we're suing new games that we can see before we even get like our hands on them. That's crazy. I do think the 5th generation for me is one of the most nostalgic, with the NC64 and the PS1, because that was the first time you saw 3D in a game. You know what I mean? Like that was just crazy that we just went from a 2D platform to a 3D platform, and we're seeing all of these characters. We're getting all these different stories and stuff like that. Shout outs to Majora's Mask, which is still one of my favorite as far as stories. And even Ocarina of Time is absolutely a beast, right? But they didn't perfect it. They hadn't perfected 3D yet. Like it wasn't, the movement was still a little bit clunky. There was 9 different ways you could position a character. And it'd still be off. You'd be like, man, I just need to jump over this next platform. That's all I have to do. And you still miss. But the 6th generation, I say, is like the golden era of the golden era when it comes to gaming. Like, I'll throw out the names of all the lists that you guys played, or of the games that you guys had talked about. But just still being in the arcade, that was still a thing back then.
Yeah.
Like, you were still going into the arcade. You were still playing those games that were also arcade versions of those games. or console versions of those games, and you still practiced. You still practiced at home. Like, I don't have to spend all my quarters now, but when I get there, I'm running this game, and nobody's gonna get me off of the machine. So that was a huge thing. It was still the era of actually having real video games in the arcade, and even the older games and the current games. Kingdom Hearts came out of this generation.
Yeah.
I forgot that came out on PS2.
Iconic.
Yeah, there's a few others that I wanted to shout out, but like the list is huge. My favorite, Star Ocean, was on there. We haven't seen a Matrix game since this era. Mind you.
I forgot
Into
about
the Matrix and Path. Was it Path of Neo?
Path of Neo, yep.
Yeah. It was everywhere in the 2000s.
We had not gotten a Matrix game.
Everywhere.
I loved them. That's probably one of my.
I still remember watching the first movie for the very first time. It was like mind blowing.
Yeah,
It really was, and I didn't really get it, and I watched it a little later when I got a bit older, and I was like, and I watched the whole trilogy again, and I was like, yes, I love these movies.
We just got to forget that last one. That
The fourth one,
Yeah,
I still like that one, but it's not as good as the trilogy.
No,
straight up.
yeah.
I just got to say, we got a $2 super chat from Justin saying many nights of sleep lost because we were gaming. Oh, so
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you
yes.
so much
but
for that $2 super chat, Justin.
Yeah.
And also, I want to give him a shout out. He's the reason why that I got to play Thumper. He gifted it to me, so it's because of him
Nice.
that I got to become the top
Nice.
7% on Steam.
Hey, that's what's
I will
up.
never forget that achievement.
Hey, awesome.
And Justin ain't gonna ever let you forget it.
Right.
He was also in the top 7%, but it took him 2 years, he said.
I was
like
thinking
Oh,
too.
Halo was born out of this too, right?
Yeah, Halo,
Halo.
Fable.
Oh, no, Halo was in the Xbox.
Oh yeah, it was on the Xbox.
I want to
Fable.
steal some launch.
You're
I'm just saying in that
Was-
generation for
Yeah,
the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's-
I keep forgetting it. Oh, yeah, that's right. You also had, no, Gears of War was Xbox 360. Yeah.
That was 360.
Yes.
Fable and Halo came out of that generation.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, Fable. I can't believe I forgot Fable.
It was the last, at least in my opinion, my humbling opinion, it was the last time that we got a great Bloody Roar game.
Yeah.
Man, Bloody Roar is in IP jail at Konami.
Oh,
Yeah.
who can forget Blood Rain?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh, Blood
We
Rain!
had Blood Rain too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that did get a re-release.
Yeah.
I hear the
both
name
of
about it a lot though.
Both of them got re-released
Yeah.
on the Switch and Switch 2.
Yep.
We need Bloody Roar back, man. That's an NSO. Actually, not even just NSO. Just re-release that everywhere.
Re-release it.
Yeah. Oh,
Bloody
you
Roar's
also
just
had
coming back.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Rose?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, wow.
Can't forget about the
Like-
handhelds. We always talk about
Yeah.
the set-top box.
That's
them
true.
handhelds.
That's true.
It was crazy. GBA was crazy.
Game Boy Advance
Yeah,
was,
Boy Advance was-
man.
That's
Oh, I still love Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle City was a banger.
I used to get
Yeah.
whooped, but hey,
All the
I love the
games.
game and the
Mega Man
anime.
Zero on GBA.
And I was
Uh,
gonna say, not even just the GBA,
Minish
but
Cap.
we also got the
Metroid.
SD too.
The who?
You got the what?
The DS?
Or no, is it SD?
SD.
The
Oh, you're talking about the Game Boy
Boy
Advance SP.
SP. Yeah.
SP.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my bad. Yeah, yeah.
Finally
I
get a
was
light.
like,
Finally get a light. No more
the
hookers
backlight.
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
the light. You didn't like the worm?
No more-
The
Yeah.
worm?
Oh.
Yeah. My cousin had the worm
And it
flashlight.
came with
thing.
chargeable batteries.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah, the SP was
I remember going through. How many batteries did you guys go through?
Oh man,
Too many. Like I stole a lot of batteries from remotes.
And
it's
a lot
like,
of
why
it-
is this not working?
swap them out. That's why they put
Yeah,
my
I
weight.
know. I used to drive my parents crazy because I would never take both batteries out. I would just take one and swap.
just one at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta insert it in and then like rub it a little bit,
Yep.
get that charge
Mhm.
going.
Oh my God, Sam, some memories unlocked. Oh,
I was saying,
that.
like, that's the one thing I wish I would have kept. When I got my first Game Boy Color, I got it was the Pikachu edition one. It was the yellow
Right.
one.
Ooh,
And it
nice.
came with Pokemon Yellow. I still wish. You know how much that thing is worth now? I wish I would have kept it.
Probably
But
Yeah.
I traded it for a
300.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
Are expensive.
I mean,
back
back
then
then,
I
you
would have
know.
said you won, but
I was
Yeah.
poor back then. You know, like I
Yeah,
had to
it
trade in
made
my
sense. Yeah. It
Dang, your
made
chat.
sense now.
Your chat visual is going crazy because they're coming up with names, and I'm like, dang, Jet Set
there's
Radio.
so many
Super
games
Monkey
that
Ball
were
on
really
GameCube.
dope.
Super Monkey Ball. Yes.
Yeah.
Sega
Man.
made F-Zero GX.
Yeah, sometimes my chat gets lively.
Sonic,
Turn up.
Sonic and All Stars Transform Racing or Racing Transform.
Yep, Transforms. Yep,
That
that's one of my
did
favorite
start on
races.
6th gen, didn't it?
Yeah,
That
'cause
was-
the 360 was when they did which one?
360 was the first
also-
one.
Was it
was
the first one?
the first one?
That was on the Xbox 360. Xbox, like 6th gen, Xbox, GameCube, PS2. It had Sonic Riders. That was kind of the
Riders.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. There you
Well,
go.
Sonic
yeah.
Riders was dope too.
Yeah.
Definitely a high skill floor, I would say. Hard to once you get past the mechanics, the game is amazing.
Mhm. Matt Jazz said Mario Golf Advanced Tour with the
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
true.
I don't know if
The
you guys ever
cabling.
played these games, but these are some of my favorite wrestling games also. They weren't the typical ones, but there was the Legends of Wrestling.
Yep.
I do remember that one. Was that the one
Oh,
with
man.
Hulk Hogan on the front of it?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. Of course,
Mm.
they would put Hulk Hogan on everything.
Everything.
Yeah, he was the face of wrestling back then for sure.
Oh yeah, the first,
Between him and The
I
Rock,
love the
yeah.
second one, Legends of Wrestling 2, where you got to go through the territories. That was a good game.
Yeah.
You also have the Star Wars games.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I
Back
forgot
to
about
5.
that. Yes.
Back to my Colt.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, KOTOR.
Yeah.
That was kind of defining for OG Xbox to me. Like
That was on there. Jedi Academy,
Jedi Academy, yeah.
or Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. Those games were on.
Yeah,
there.
I'm about to say
Phantom
Metal-
Menace 1. You had the Clone Wars where you just drove around in vehicles.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, that's right.
This generation is goated, man. I don't think we
There's
should
just-
stop.
it's such a large, like a wide variety of different
Yeah.
type of games. Outside of Dreamcast, because 2 years and then it died. But outside of that, all the consoles had some. They had their own offerings. They like people will dog the GameCube because lunchbox handle or whatever people would say. but when you look back, and people now I'm glad it's getting the flowers. But when you
Yeah.
look back, every platform had some going for it.
Yeah.
They all
did.
had exclusives. They all had different experiences. Xbox had some of their third parties were like they had some graphical improvements or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll never forget the first time I what was it? Spider-Man 2, one of the best licensed superhero games ever.
Oh yeah.
I like the first Spider-Man also.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
the first
the
one
first
too.
one.
Yeah, where you just swung, you couldn't actually be
You
on
swung
the
on the
ground.
clouds.
Yeah.
And then,
No falling in the air.
and then 2 came out, and I was like, yo,
Sorry,
you can be
guys.
you can be on the ground.
Right.
Crazy.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
be safe, Vigil.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those like Amber Alerts or Silver.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That was
Still.
what my
You know how
was like.
you put your phone on silent, it'll bypass it anyways.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting that you said it, Geronimo, about the everybody having something going for them, because they all really kind of moved on their own like tune. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
Nintendo was coming off the N64, and we got another Extreme G out of that. We
Yeah.
got a whole,
Yes.
a whole nother Extreme game. We got PlayStation was getting closer and closer with Rockstar, and not only did we get the franchise of Red Dead in that era with
Red Dead Revolver.
with
Yep.
Revolver,
Oh yeah, Revolver.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but we also got Bully in that same.
Yeah.
Bully,
man.
I never
Bully-
played Bully.
Oh,
Bully
Bully
is
is
one
That's
of
so
those
good.
games. That's really one of those games that should have had something else by now. It's
Yeah.
really criminal. Re-release, sequel,
Yeah.
what have you. It just
That
doesn't.
game is top
It's-
tier.
It
I
doesn't
think-
make sense. Why
I think Grand Theft Auto just killed a lot of Rockstar's franchises. It's like when you got a golden goose like that, you just ride it.
It's
Because
unfortunate,
even
but
like
that's
we
true,
even like in the 360, as dumb as it sounds, table tennis. Their
Oh,
table
yeah.
tennis
There's
game
nothing
was
about
raw.
table tennis.
Yeah.
bro. Entire
But-
countries played against each other.
Trust me, you trying to advocate for, I got this table tennis video game and it's made by Rockstar. You're like, the people that make Grand Theft Auto? Yup. Like, is it just table tennis? Yup. It's good and it's solid. Like, I don't know, man. Rockstar
And the only
was
tennis
so
game is
creative,
made by
man.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now,
And that one top-
we
top
did just
shot
get another
is
super
awesome.
chat. I don't know who the question is for, but I'm pretty certain you guys have an opinion on this one. It says from Justin saying, "Brother, what do you know about GoldenEye on the N64?" I can say we were children when that game came out. We know all about that.
Man.
If you use iJob, you was a cheater.
Oh, I was a cheater. I promise you on that one. I knew the
You was a
location.
cheater.
I was a cheater. I used ObJob and I sat there and I knew the location of the golden gun on every map.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Listen, GoldenEye opened up the room for having real civil rivalry between you
Oh yeah.
and your family
Oh.
members. Please do not look at my screen. I see you looking at my screen.
That's really where
Looking
it
down
begins.
at my screen.
Yup, screen watching
Where's the
began right
cardboard
there.
at? Where's the cardboard?
Well, it's kind of harder to look at the screen.
Well, no,
Where's
it's
the
one thing
cardboard?
to glance, but obviously when you're like on certain maps, I'm bad with the map names. That one map that's like kind of looks like a cave dug in area. Or
Oh, the
whatever.
cave. Yeah.
Yeah, the cave one. Obviously, you see where I'm at because that one gets a little twisty turny depending on what part you're at.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was
I mean,
fun back then.
that
just shutting
game
the couch,
alone-
stop screen watch.
That game alone got me into Quake and Unreal Tournament. Like I
Oh, yeah.
had
I
never.
missed out on those growing up.
Yeah, I was like, okay, 007, cool. Then when those other games showed up, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in love. Now, granted, I still suck at first-person shooters to this day, but ultimately, I definitely have fun playing them.
Yeah. I thought I would never get good at shooters after that. I just thought
Absolutely.
GoldenEye. I was like, I'm gonna just be trash as a child.
Yeah,
I played OG Halo. One of my friends, he was like the one that had the Xbox in the neighborhood, and I'd be like, "Yep, I guess I'm trash at just shooters going forward." And I don't know what happened, but
That was the thing too. Like, hey, I had PlayStation, my cousin had GameCube, and then I had a friend down the street that had Xbox, and we just went to each other's houses, and we just played until
I was
eventually
the
I did
GameCube
get
kid
one.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
One person had Xbox, and everyone else had PS2s. So.
Yep, because I had a PS2 for a while until somebody broke into our house and stole it. And then I was like, okay, well, we got the money from the case. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll just try Xbox. Something new. I've never tried it before. And I think March Madness was the first game I got along with Fusion Frenzy. And when I tell you, play Fusion Frenzy religiously. To the point to where like we pulled it up recently for me and my kids love Fusion Frenzy. It was like, Dad, did another one come out? I'm like, nope. Like,
No. It was like we can't top this. This is the only one we can make.
Like some games, like they turn themselves into icons, and then I don't know, like the developers just don't care for them anymore, I guess.
I think it's either that or like I said before, they just was like, what can we do on a sequel of this? And then they'd be like, well, this is already peak. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Let's just do something new,
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do something new. We don't want to too much of a good
man.
thing.
See, now y'all got me about to start dabbling in my
Listen,
6th gen
oh,
stuff.
Oh, yo. I'll tell. Okay, so there was one more that I had thought of, and the only reason why I thought of it is because we saw the game again in Houston, but it's under a different name.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, man, I need them to drop this game again. Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder, yo, oh
Yep.
man. We don't
Yep.
really have many of those type racing games
No.
now.
I'm
There's
telling
a
you.
couple. There's a couple on like Steam, but they're like few and far in between.
Yeah, they're like
It's
early
like what's
access.
it called
Kinda like
Aquamoto
Jet
Racing or something. I had a friend that had Jet Moto. That was one. Jet Moto. There's nothing like Jet Moto out right now. I don't think there's any.
Oh my god, that was a great game on PS1.
It was a really good.
The only
yeah.
way I got a chance to play Jet Moto was from demo disc that we got in the mail. I never got a chance to play Jet Moto any other
Actually,
way.
That's funny.
That might
Me
be
too.
how I played it. So, a friend had the demo disc. That might have been how I played it. Now I think about it.
As soon as it came in the mail, I had it was Jet Moto, Crash Bandicoot, and maybe something else. But it was all on those demo discs that we used to get.
Oh, that's what it's called now. It is called H2O Overdrive.
H2O Overdrive.
I guess it sounds cooler than Water Overdrive.
Yeah.
This is 12 years old? Jeez.
I know, right?
Wait,
Probably should have been called Hydro Overdrive.
That too.
Right.
yeah, that's true. If it's exactly like Hydro Thunder, they might not have wanted to be like too on the nose. But no, I agree with you, Rachel. Hydro Overdrive does sound really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, Sandstorm, I think a lot of these games just kind of like fell by the wayside for that generation, solely because we were really big in the X games around that time. So you had snowboarding, biking, skateboard. Like it was heavy at that time. So then the water sports got involved.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like they just fell off the cliff. And granted, all that stuff is still very popular.
Yeah.
It's just gaming wise, they left it all behind.
Yep. You're
And
right.
it's weird. they left it behind, but I felt like we weren't ready to leave it behind.
Right. Right.
Like when the skating was still extreme, like we were still clamoring for more skate games. When the what's the octagon fighting? UFC was starting to build a rise. Those stopped doing it or stopped coming out. Even with Fight Night, those stopped coming out. Like snowboarding, like all of that
Fight
stuff.
Night Champion, the last one.
Yeah, like all of that stuff like moved on before we were like, wait a minute, like we ain't done yet.
Yeah, because we used to have a lot, between Tony Hawk and Dave Mirra and Sean White. Like all of them used to have their own game.
Kelly Slater, Pro Surfing or whatever, or wakeboarding, one of those two. It ain't even a wakeboarding game back then. Yeah.
I still want a new Dave Mirra or a new Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
you'll get a new Tony Hawk before Dave Mirra for sure, because Tony he stay involved. Yeah, I don't.
Only be like, wait, you're doing another one?
No, Dave.
They don't have to call Dave Mirra. They can call something else,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Dave,
for sure.
Dave passed away back then.
Did he?
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2009, maybe 2010. Yeah, Miracle Boy. Yeah,
he died in 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Didn't even know. Yeah.
But we got Matt Hoffman. He was still around.
Yeah,
that's
Matt
true.
Hoffman.
The Hoffman. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember this one, but it was on the PS2 also. It wasn't like a famous person on it, but it was called inline skating.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
They also
telling you,
made a Razor scooter type game. There's a
Razor,
I remember reading one of those in a Nintendo Power. I was like, what? They made
everybody would
radio. That was a great game.
I think you just had the opportunity to just take a shot. I would imagine it wasn't too expensive back then, so you had an opportunity to kind of play the field.
Yeah.
But then HD hit and just shot everybody in the foot. Like
King was it? What's his name? Sam Jackson? No, the King Kong game on Xbox 360. That
the Sam Jackson. Isn't it Sam Jackson? Peter Jackson.
Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson.
That's why I paused, because when I said Sam Jackson, I was like, Sam doesn't sound right. But Peter Jackson's right. Peter I definitely was like, wait, that's not right.
Wait, who are you talking about, Tron?
That's not right.
That's still one of the darkest video games I've ever played. I don't know why. Like, I could never see anything playing that game.
Yeah.
I don't know who developed it, but I'm like, I can't see the game. Like, is something wrong with my screen? I'm like, no, it's the game.
It's very
and
strange.
at the same time, the way that went out was the same time HD DVD went out. So
they pushed it with that game. That's why I remember it specifically.
Tried.
They tried hard. They really did.
They definitely tried.
Once I saw Microsoft was like, hey, we have a HD DVD external peripheral. I was like, yeah, you already lost, man. The PS3 got the Blu-ray drive in there. It's over. No one's gonna buy a separate one for like 5 things. It's just not gonna happen. Fun to look back on though.
Yeah, but once again, I mean, this is an easy generation for you to tap into. If you say, hey, look, I got a game that's gonna take me about 7 or 8 years to develop. You go and you just go and find any and who owns these licenses, or even if you just make replicas of them, and you go and you just dive back into the 6th gen. It's too easy because there's way too many people that started gaming at the 7th gen.
Yeah.
And they missed the 6th. So you're literally looking at people that started in the 7th that missed so much, and not even, especially for those that started on like Switch or even like PS4, they missed a lot. So sure I was like, just double dip. People complain about remakes. Trust, you want these remakes. You want them.
I'm fine with remakes as long as they're priced accordingly.
I'm with you.
I don't want remakes at $80.
No, that's a brand new game at that point. I don't know.
Yeah, you better tack on some content on there.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, for a remake, I think it's bare minimum to tack on something.
Yeah,
at least a little.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Or
All right. Well, with that being said, we have officially hit our time, and man, we were close. We were close. We just started late, but we were close. We actually were really close. So with that being said, we're gonna talk about the podcast winners. We're gonna throw out some podcast winners for today's show. So our first podcast winner today, shout out to Jay Biggs. Congratulations, man. You get some free swag.
Jay Biggs.
We got Brand Smith also
Hey.
has won some free swag. Over on Vigil's channel, we got Just Insane 2099. Shout outs to you, good sir or ma'am. I don't want to.
Don't
but-
misgender.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to assume, and I don't mean that in that.
He's a sir.
Okay. Shout outs to you as well. You get some free swag also. And shout outs to so check this out. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pause this for a second. So Jay Biggs. So what we're gonna do for the future on is the number 1 and the number 2 top fans will be getting some free swag. So number 1 top fan today is Tabby Cat. Shout outs to Tabby. You get some free swag today.
Woo!
Nice.
Now the number 2 person is Jay Biggs for some free swag. Now, check this out. Jay, you get an option now. Now, either one, you get another free swag, or you extend your free swag out to somebody else in the chat.
Pass
What
it along.
would you like to do? Pass on the blessing. What would you like to do? With that being said, we are going to get up out of here. Go ahead and put it in the comment section, J Big. Jack, what you got up for us?
Nothing much, man. Honestly, just trying to take in this whole Sony thing. I was gonna make a video on it, but after 2 shows, I think I'm kind of burnt out. I'm just waiting to see where it all heads and where they actually end up. But outside of that, we do have Splatoon Raiders coming up, so definitely we'll be tugging on some coattails to hop into that if after I do some single player runs. But as far as recording, I may do it. The only reason why I'm hesitant on doing the recording is because it's in this room, and we just got Florida from Hell's Kitchen down to just a kitchen, and it's really hot in this room. So I'm trying to get it to a point to where, like, okay, if the temperature is correct, if everything's fine, if my AC's done fighting the good fight, then I'll actually sit in here and record. But we'll see where it goes from there, and even with the conversation about these different gens, I may entertain that too, because I have my PS3, I have my Wii U, and then I have a PC, of course. So there are a lot of games I can dive back into just to kind of showcase and put it out there, just to have some content on the channel. But other than that, man, I'm good.
All right. Well, Jay Biggs decided he was going to pass it forward. So the number 3 spot today is Shine. Shine gets the 3rd one.
Hey,
Congratulations.
All right. Vigil, what you got up for us, man?
I got my normal news rant type videos coming out. Tomorrow's about the Switch 2 sales in Japan along with the games. And if I'm not too busy, I might be live streaming some Fire Emblem Warriors tomorrow.
All right.
Nice.
Some FE. All right. Geronimo, what you got up for us?
I will have videos coming, I do promise. But no, really, I'm having a video about Splatoon Raiders. I know I'm gonna have that by Monday, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the reviews and everything in a few days. So I'm gonna have a video about that and how I believe it's going to grow the Splatoon franchise. I'm also gonna have another. I'm gonna start doing some shorts. Shout out to y'all that saw my post about it this week, about some of my physical pickups, things like that. I'm dabbling on doing a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 disc collection so far. Won't be as long as my Switch collection videos from back last year, but I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now on the come up. So just subscribe to everyone here if you haven't already. Like this video, like this stream as well. If you're on mobile, hit the hype button, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Woo, I almost choked on that. Pause.
We need you. We need you. We need you, bro. We need you.
Ultimate pause.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Pause on all levels.
For all the people who have actually won this time around, make sure that you message me, preferably on Twitter. If you are also on my Instagram, you can message me on Instagram. But if not, message me on Twitter. We will also have an email floating around for where we do our businesses soon. But with that being said, if you did not win, I'll also say this. Let me say this first. You have the opportunity to win a hat. This one right here, this lovely memorabilia, a shirt like this one, but the updated version of this shirt, a swag bag, or a water. What do you call those things? Man, I am a loss for words today.
Bottle?
Bottle?
Water bottle. Thank you.
Water
Wow.
bottle.
I'm looking for something more complicated. And
That's what I was thinking at first, but
I
I'm
thought you
like,
were gonna say like a bag or something. That was like a bag.
My life is going crazy right now.
Damn.
Yeah. All
A
right.
water bottle. So we will have all four of those. We have a lot. So don't worry if you did not win today. We will be having giveaways going on from till we run out, which will be a while. So thank you guys so much for coming through. Make sure you hit the like button before we get up out of here, or before you get up out of here. And we will see you guys later.
later.
Peace.